I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up?
Montana looking, throwing in the end zone. Caught it! Right.
Palmero over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
And that'll do it. It's over. The Golden State Warriors return to a familiar place. They're on top of the NBA world.
We're down to 2, now to 1. Here's Jordan. Yes! It is all over. The Chicago Bulls.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Hey, this promises to be fun.
Oh, yeah!
Sometimes modern technology just doesn't fit. Good morning. Welcome to the Wacky Wednesday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have you with us, and I'm glad to have Wise El Jefe with me to start the show. And you're with me to start the show, man.
Good morning, brother.
Good morning, my friend. We're just gonna have to be in the same studio one of these days, where we can raise all sorts of hell.
Yeah, I've been on. Well, went to work, got out because we have this thing called EO, which is early out, and I've been home working on some stuff, working on the radio station, and
Good.
just trying to build this up, man.
You're working on yours. I'm working on mine. We're working. That's the main thing.
That's the most important thing that we're working.
The most important thing. Today, my guests include Chris Dietz, will join us at the bottom of hour 1s. Stacy Piedrahita will join us at the AKA Nurse Namastasia at the bottom of hour 2, and we talk Kentucky athletics, Big Blue happenings with Stacy Purcell, and we'll talk about how her group got started at the bottom of hour 3. Thanks to y'all for tuning us in live on YouTube, Twitch, and the BS3 network, and through our audio network stations, including Real Wise Radio, SDM Sports Radio, and others. You can follow the show on social media by using the ID official SIT Morn for Facebook, Twitter, and others. We are presented by Black Lion Security, LLC, the pride of protection with the protection of pride. You can chime in and be interactive with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/snowman in the morning 50. That's youtube.com/snowman in the morning 50. Sorry, we're late. We're going to get the third of the Three Musketeers in here. His name is Cole Johnson, producer extraordinaire.
Extraordinaire, yeah.
Producer extraordinaire. And I got to get some pieces to you, Cole, to redo the opening and closing to the Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson podcast, because I like my production, but I love yours.
Oh, thank you.
Bro, I cannot listen.
I can't stop watching.
I can't stop harping about the great work this man is doing, man. Like the commercials and promos this man is reeling out for people.
Listen, wait till we get some more sponsors.
That's right.
My man is a beast. My man is a beast.
Thank you.
I love him.
I appreciate that. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Speaking of being a beast, we have some work to do.
Wow. For you, Rod, we will. For you, Rod.
You know what, Rod?
Chris Bates ain't on the show today.
No, it's not today. It's Friday.
It's Friday. You got to do it Friday.
It's Friday where we get that. All right, we'll go to the feedback zone in just a minute. We got some work to do called The Whip Around, presented by Fanatics. And as mentioned a moment ago, The Whip Around is presented by Fanatics. Go to officialsitmorn.com/fanatics. Do your shopping. You'll help us, and you'll help Fanatics at the same time. I'm going to change that read. Julio Jones is now a Buccaneer. What?
Well, I mean, he has to play somewhere. I mean, it didn't really work out with the Titans, but who can blame you?
But when you have Ryan Tannehill throwing to you.
See, there you go.
Did I climb in everybody's head for that one?
Now,
When you have
see,
Ryan Tannehill throwing to you.
now it should go to show that if you're willing to sign with a team that has a 45-year-old or soon to be 45-year-old quarterback over one who allegedly is the franchise quarterback of the team you were already on, that should tell you something about one Mr. Ryan Tannehill.
That should tell you a lot. That should absolutely tell you a lot. Next.
All right, here we go.
Joe Burrow is going under the knife, and he will have an appendectomy performed. The Bengals starting quarterback confirmed that he will have his appendectomy. A timetable for the procedure was unclear, but likely within the next 48 hours. The NFL Network was the first to report the news of Burrow's impending procedure. Veterans reported to practice Tuesday ahead of the team's first official training camp, and the medical situation comes during the acclimation period of training camp. Well, Joe, we wish you nothing but the best. We want you to get well, and we want you at the start of the season.
Yeah.
Where we can evaluate. Nah, I'll use Wise's words because I'm not awake yet. Well, we can roast you when you don't do well, and we can praise you when you do well. When we can just have fun with it. Yeah. I gotta get that background. I gotta get that background from Wise. I got a green screen. I just gotta hang the damn thing up.
Send you a background. It's
can
actually
you make me?
It's in
can
there.
You make me a better one? Because I gotta send you an updated logo.
Okay. Yeah. Send me whatever you need.
I'll send you an updated logo. Next. Chris Carson is no longer a Seahawk due to a failed physical designation, which leads to the question, who's going to pick him up?
He's actually retiring.
Oh, he's retiring?
Yeah, he's absolutely.
He's retiring from the NFL.
Yeah, he's saying that's it. Yeah.
He said that's all, folks.
He's hanging them up. Yes.
The Playmaker joins us this morning. As I said, we'll go to the feedback zone after we're done with the whip around. So let's get done. Let's move. We got, I'm going to like this next one. Go. Jerry West called J.J. Redick's comments about Bob Cousy's competition very disrespectful. Where have we heard that before? In an April episode of ESPN's First Take, Redick, an NBA player turned TV analyst and podcaster, again, where have we seen that before, downplayed the competition level that Cousy faced, saying they were plumbers and firemen. Jerry West said, quote, "No, I didn't do it right." Jerry West said,
quote,
"JJ's a very smart kid and everything, but tell me what his career looks like."
Shots.
Close quote. Oh, man.
Shots fired. Holy catfish. Shots fired.
Thank you, think about it. A lot of these people were
thank you, Logo.
Plumbers and all this stuff because the NBA wasn't paying like they're paying now.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They had to work another job.
They had to work another job because it was not making the money they make now.
The example, John Taylor selling cars during the offseason. He did it for 3 years for Reggie Jackson.
And that is in the 80s. That is in the
80s. So imagine the 60s and 50s.
Yeah. And this is coming off of a Super Bowl win.
Right.
This is coming off of a Super Bowl win.
Listen, these players don't realize the sacrifices the people before them have made. I'm saying the people before them played for pennies, peanuts.
Yeah,
compared to what these players are getting paid now. So,
and
unless you was like a superstar, like Jerry
unless
West
you were like
or
Jerry West or
Bill
Bill Russell
or Bill Russell, where you would get these endorsement deals and you have all these other things.
Yeah.
But other than that, no, man, a lot of them had second jobs, yes.
And not just basketball, baseball and football too.
Baseball and football,
and hockey. Everyone had a second job.
Yeah.
All right, one last note, and then we'll move on. Dallas Cowboys owner Gerald Jones issued an apology statement Tuesday afternoon. Jones was paying tribute to former Cowboys director of scouting Larry Lacewell when he used what Little People of America considers a derogatory slur, quote, created as a label to refer people of short stature who were on public display for curiosity and sport, close quote.
Thank you, Gerald. I've been waiting for you to get back to form. It took you long enough. You've been too quiet.
Stupid.
You've been too reserved. You've been too. How can I say this? You've acted right for far too long.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I need you to say something foul like this. I need you to grow up a woman's breast. I need you to have a 20-year-old in your press box where you slip the hands down of on a Sunday night football game and the camera's looking at you. Meanwhile, your wife is somewhere else in the stands. I want that Gerald to return.
Well, looks like he's back to form. And it looks like the preseason has officially started thanks to Gerald.
Thank you, Gerald.
That's our whip around presented by Fanatics.
So the reason I laugh, the reason I laugh, right, is because I just released a video.
Oh no,
but it's funny because it's crazy because great minds think alike. Great minds use the same tools. So me and Cole use a lot of the same tools to produce stuff. And so when I saw the TV screen, I'm like, hey, I used that recently.
See, I got to get on that level with y'all, with my production. To the feedback zone, we go. Up, Andrew says, morning all. Good morning to you, Andrew. Ryan McCarthy, a.k.a. Ryan McCarthy, says, good morning, gentlemen, and good morning to everyone watching and listening.
Good morning.
The Rod Uncensored podcast is at it again. Good morning to you, Rod. Restart the show. Not for your benefit, we ain't. Playmakers blog network. Check out the Playmakers blog network. Darnell Solon's doing work.
Please
good morning to you. Sick Diggy says good morning and happy Wednesday, folks. To Indianapolis we go. AB Media 83 says, what up, Snowman in the morning with Cole Johnson? What up to you? And okay. Julio Jones went from the outhouse of QBs to the penthouse of QBs.
That's right, Ryan.
We'll see how that pans up. Since you were the Three Musketeers, would that make Chris Bass the Antigram correct? No. When Bass is here with us, we're the Four Horsemen. I like that title. Whoa. I like that. Ryan McCarthy, nice Dusty Rhodes reference. Yep. And then
I wine and dance with kings and queens. Now suck the Dallas and dine a poke beans.
Man, who doesn't do that? All right, we got Deets standing by, but we got a couple of other things to cover, and I'm going to cover this next segment right now and get it out the way. The 49ers have made a tremendous mistake. In the form of Jimmy Garoppolo, that he is no longer the starting QB, and they're going to work to trade him. We have moved on. To Trey Lance.
No, listen. The only one who knew that this wasn't like the only one who had no idea, like didn't want this to happen was you.
Yeah, I know.
We know you was trying to hold. We was trying to hold hope.
I was all alone.
We know you was trying to hold the hope. Yes, we know.
I was all alone.
Me and Cole were realists. We knew Jimmy wasn't going to be there.
That boat has sailed.
Yeah.
Okay, Trey Lance. You need to.
Hey, listen, he might surprise you, man. He might be what y'all need.
He may turn into Steve. He may turn into Steve Young because I had my doubts about Steve Young when he became the starter.
And see, look what he did was win a title.
He ended up in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Okay, Trey, it's your ship.
You know, I still say
those are my only comments. I'm gonna watch because I know there's gonna be some shade thrown at my 49ers saying they went from penthouse to outhouse. Deets threw the first piece of shade at me. But Deets will be like I said, Deets will be with us in a little bit.
You can't say they went to our house because Trey Cole hasn't played yet. It's not like comparing him to Tannehill.
Oh God.
And Trey Lance, he
And
has.
this ain't
he has that
comparing
He has some skills.
Trey Lance to, God help me, Kirk Cousins either.
Oh, please don't.
No, hell no.
Please don't.
Okay.
Please don't.
I will watch intently because I cover the 49ers from my website as well as the Inscriber magazine and a few other sites. All right.
I still say that for the 49ers to get to where they need to go, I really like Garoppolo better than Lance. But if you're going to pick somebody, if you're going to pick a quarterback in the first round, you pretty much know you got to see the quality of the guy sooner rather than later.
Yeah. Okay. I am definitely going to hold my breath. We'll see what happens. Now, let's get to some real fun, shall we? As we mush everything together. Portions of the show brought to you by Monkey Knife Fight. Sign up today at monkeyknifefight.com. Use the code Snowman, and you get 100% deposit match on up to $100 on your initial deposit. Okay. It's Wednesday, and you know what we do.
In a world where partial greatness is celebrated and total greatness is shunned, there stands to be a figure on the lips of those who love him and those who hate him. The inane comparisons to Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant continue and has existed since 2003. There is no end in sight, for the battle between those who unconditionally love and unconditionally hate him wages on. These are their stories. Welcome to the Bronzexual Confessions.
Brought my food early in the morning.
All right, partner. All I have to say to you is cook.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
What did you find? Oh, no. Change that question. What found you?
What found me?
What found you?
Because this found me.
Oh, dear.
Lord, I can't believe I'm about to say all this.
Oh,
It sickens me. It sickens me. So, as I was perusing social media,
dear God,
I saw. I was witness to something that a fellow smart brother of mine posted in terms of the ignorance that is shown.
Yeah,
and this came from a Bronzexual. So I didn't have a conversation with one.
He just made a statement.
Yes, I was shown the ignorance of a Bronzexual.
Oh dear.
When we got a chance to see, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I'm going to say it. Quote, reasons why Jordan is not the GOAT. Close quote. And there are 21 of them.
21.
21 reasons?
But he wore 23.
Yes. 21 reasons why Michael Jordan is not the greatest of all time. And Rod, you might be smiling, sir, but this ain't the facts. But here they are. Number one, loser without Pippen.
Stop. Hold on.
I got a comment on that one.
Penalty
I got
flag on the
definitely comment on
field.
that one. I got a comment on that
Penalty
one.
flag on the field.
This is the same dude that went to Miami, right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Then went back to Cleveland to go team up with Kyrie, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then went to LA to join Anthony Davis, right?
And ruined all three franchises in the process.
Yes.
So at least Scotty was brought into the Bulls. Like Mike didn't have to go anywhere to go find his Scotty. Scotty came to him.
No.
Right?
Draft day trade in 87 brought Scotty to the Bulls.
Right.
Yeah.
Scotty
wasn't drafted. Right. He wasn't drafted by the Bulls. Right.
But they brought him in. They didn't. Right. Mike didn't go out.
No. He didn't recruit for him.
He didn't go out anywhere.
He didn't vouch for him.
He didn't go sign anywhere else to join another superstar.
No. In fact, Jerry Cross is on record as saying he feels as though, talking about Jordan, he feels as though he can win with 14 of the broomsticks. That's what Jerry Krause said about Michael Jordan, and that's the general manager at the time. So he didn't lobby, which that will refute many other points later on in this list.
Yeah.
Dear me.
As to why I find this list ridiculous. Number 2.
Oh no.
Played. Oh, this is going to really get your goat. If you thought that you'd stop me quick then, you're going to stop me even quicker now. Played in the weakest era of basketball.
Time. Now I got to say something.
I told you.
Listen, you stupid bronsexual. Played in the weakest era? No, LeBron has played in the weakest eras, and people have eaten under his watch, like Stephen Curry, perhaps, like Kobe Bryant, like Dirk Nowitzki, Jason Terry, Jason Kidd. Let me think. Like Tony Parker, like Tim Duncan. And what I said holds true. LeBron has never had an era. Ever. Go on, please.
Number 3. Took 7 years to make the finals. And Kane did make it in 4, but he didn't win until year number 9.
Stupid.
Wait, hold on.
Yes, sir.
Stupid.
It took him 7 years. But again, look who he had to go through.
Thank you. Say it again. And that will be
the
mentioned
greatest
later.
team ever assembled in the '86 Boston Celtics.
All of this will be mentioned later.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yes. And the Celtics, half injured, still a great team, swept us in '87.
But you are correct, sir. You're correct, Wise. Yes. Look what he had to go through to get to his first finals. 100%, sir.
'88, the formation of the Bad Boys in the form of the Detroit Pistons. Beat the Bulls in 5 games in the East semifinals. Beat them in 6 games in 1989 in the Eastern Conference Finals. Beat them in 7 games in the Eastern Conference Finals in 1990. And where Pippen said, I needed to step up, he did. In 1991, that's when the Bulls figured out the Detroit Pistons, swept them with a Memorial Day massacre to cap it off, and won the title. The floor is yours, sir.
Okay, yeah, you will now need some blood pressure medicine for the next point, because we'll jump to 1995, where apparently to this bronzexual, Mr. Jordan had the biggest superstar choke job.
What?
Huh?
Wait.
Quote, Jordan had the biggest superstar choke job in 1995. Close quote.
Isn't that when he came back from baseball?
Yes, this was the year he came back from baseball.
And Orlando was the best team in the East all year. Next question.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Read that again for me, please.
Okay. Quote, Michael Jordan had the biggest superstar choke job in 1995. Close quote.
What?
Wait, it wasn't loud enough.
What? What the hell is going on?
Oh, Vince Lombardi.
What the hell's going on out here?
Choke job? Really?
And I've just gotten to
and
this 4.
This is after. Okay. Dietz is
I've only gotten through 4.
Dietz is here.
I still got 17 more. How you doing, Dietz?
We may as well have Dietz and carry this all the way through the end. All right. Dietz, your first comments on some of these.
How does this get by everybody? How is everybody allowed to say Jordan played in a weak era? He played against the two out of the 3 best teams of all time.
And two of the greatest icons of all time.
And hold on. He was on the 3rd best team on that list.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So how does his era, how do they say, oh, it was the weakest era? This is a common misconception. They call it a weak. They call it a weak era because nobody else won. Well, why did nobody else win? Because Jordan was winning.
Yeah. And he just outworked everybody else in the league. And that happens. It's unfortunate, but that is what happened.
Dietz looks like he wants to punch a wall. There's one behind you.
It's just like Magic and Bird. They were the two best in the 80s, and nobody could
How do you choke? How do you choke when you didn't even play the entire season? How is it a choke job when the team that beat you the next year, they swept them out of the playoffs?
Yep.
Preach. Preach.
Yep. 12 and a half months later, got swept out.
But they choked.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Jordan
Not they.
Jordan was out of shape. He was in baseball shape playing basketball.
Yep.
Plus, he was wearing number 45, which is ridiculous.
Played some weak teams in the finals. The Bulls team had a stellar bench.
I played some weak teams in the NBA Finals. He played, let's see, the Los Angeles Lakers. They're Magic and the Lakers. They were a weak team with Magic and Worthy. Yeah, they were pretty weak. Clyde Drexler and the Blazers were the best team in the West.
They were pitiful. Yeah, they were pitiful.
And they were the best team. They were pitiful, and they were the best team in the Western Conference.
Remember when they played the Supersonics?
Yeah, 96.
The Bulls had the best. When the Bulls had the best record of all time, and the Supersonics were right behind them.
Yeah, they had 64 wins that year.
72 wins for the Bulls, 64 for Seattle. You can't get a better matchup.
Yeah, but they were a weak. But they were a weak team. You want to know why they were a weak team? Because Jordan mopped the floor with them.
Because they lost to Jordan. Yeah.
And the Bulls went up 3 games to none.
The championship, they beat a Jazz team that won 62. So.
And didn't have home court.
They beat the Jazz back to back finals.
Mm-hmm.
With two all-time great players on them, and they made them look silly.
And I only just got through 4.
What's the next one?
I got 17 more.
I wouldn't even want to like that.
Number 5, and number 5 got swept in the first round twice
by the best team that ever played.
Yep.
Got swept in the first round by the greatest team of all time. 4 Hall of Famers.
Mm-hmm. And one of the Hall of Famers is a six man. So And I have said
that could have started on any team. That could have started on any team.
One of those Hall of Famers,
the greatest
was a head coach that unjustly got fired because he actually preached defense.
Mm-hmm.
He actually preached defense. Next one, please.
By the way, Jordan against that team in Boston scored 63, but we're not going to deal with minor details. Number 6 got embarrassed by Sitm Moncrief.
What?
I don't
I
think
don't even know who that is.
Embarrassed.
Well, Sitm Moncrief,
he's
a great
the first ever back-to-back defensive player of the year, because they didn't start giving the award until 82.
Awesome perimeter defender.
Yes.
This is when the Bucks were basically getting in their prime.
Yeah.
With Moncrief and Paul Pressey and Terry Cummings, perhaps. And Terry Cummings, I'm looking in this camera and I'm saying you should be in the Hall of Fame, brother.
Yes, you should.
Terry Cummings should be.
The Bucks.
I'm working to get TC on this program.
The best way I could describe the Bucks was they were the forerunner to what the Bulls had to go through with the Celtics and then the Pistons later in the decade. Mm-hmm. They just never broke through because they kept butting heads with teams like the 83 Sixers and the Celtics. And they met the Sixers twice. Mm-hmm.
So how did Jordan get embarrassed? How was Jordan supposed to be embarrassed?
Yeah, how did the guy who in his rookie season averaged 28, 6, and 7 get embarrassed?
And won Rookie of the Year. Came in second in the slam dunk.
It's because they only won 1 game against the Bucks that year in the playoffs.
Cole, to your point.
What about being embarrassed? What about being embarrassed by a 5'10", 180 Puerto Rican
JJ
Barea?
And in the same finals, get embarrassed by a guy who was a journeyman and a six man, and outscored him with playing less minutes and taking less shots.
And that 3 at the top of the circle, which people have edited one of my calls to, and I gotta find that clip.
Number 7.
Okay.
Loser without Phil Jackson.
What?
So we're just blotting
Hey,
out 1989.
Sexual, do me a favor, will you please?
Stay off the weed.
We're just blotting out 89, where they had a 2-1 series lead against the eventual world champs in the Eastern Conference Finals. We're just gonna wipe that off, right?
Okay. Yeah. Next one.
All right. Number 8. Quitter. That's just the only word. Quitter.
Jordan never quit anything.
I got a question. I got a
Thank
question.
you, Deets. Thank you.
I got a question for this bronze sexual.
Why you always lying?
Why the you lying?
Jordan never quit. LeBron has, but Jordan never quit. Ever.
Now, if you want to call retirement quitting, then I need to update. I need to go to Webster's and go to Western Marion and tell them, like, you need to update what the word quitting means, because you got to put retire with it.
I mean, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. Who wouldn't have retired after you win a championship, play in the Olympics, win another championship, and by the way, his father was murdered
the month the month after he won his third championship.
Won the title.
And I was in North Carolina. Actually, I was near where his father died when that happened. Yes.
You all know how I feel about my dad. Had that happened to me, I'd have walked away too.
I didn't blame him then.
No.
I'm like, man.
I
would have been shocked.
Walk away. He said, "My dad always loved baseball. I'm giving this a shot while I still can."
Yeah. So when he said that, I'm like, man, I don't fault him for it. He still feels his father's in him. I get it.
And the playmaker said this: define
quit. Thank you, sir.
I'll define quit like this: Game 1 of the 2014 NBA Finals against San Antonio.
No.
Oh, you got one better?
No.
Yeah.
No. Quitting is ripping your jersey off before the game's over and leaving the Boston Garden while your team's still on the court. That's quitting.
That's a good one.
Quitting is 2004 against the Atlanta Hawks in overtime when he walked off the floor with time still remaining. That's quitting.
Quitting is not showing up in the fourth quarter, even though you were pronounced the best player in the world in 2011 in games 3, 4, 5, and 6 of the finals, where you allowed a 6-man to outscore you, and you allowed a guy in Dirk Nowitzki, who you probably could, in terms of skill, outdo if you tried hard enough. You didn't even show up. That's quitting. When you were the best player in the league and you let a 6-man outplay you, that's quitting. And that is on record for eternity, for infinity. You can't refute that. Largest stage a basketball can have, and the best player in the world in his prime threw in the towel
4 times.
Number 9.
We're 9 into this. All right.
Never won an assist title. All right. I'll take this. 1989. He decided to play point guard because John Paxson was hurt. The dude immediately got triple-double after triple-double after triple-double. But you know why he did not win the assist title? Because his primary objective was to score. He was the number 1 option offensively. And if that is the case, you have to put the ball in the bucket. But in that year, he ended up finishing with 33 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists. And I have said on this show that is the best statistical year Jordan ever had.
Do these people know how the triangle works?
No,
they don't.
Because
they don't.
You don't get assists in the triangle.
No, you don't.
You don't.
Because name me an assist champion in that time with the Bulls. You can't.
No.
Name one with the Lakers. You can't because it's the triangle. The ball goes in, it comes back out.
Yeah.
And Steve Kerr is running a version of the triangle, only with more motion.
Mm-hmm.
Only with more motion. Next one, please.
Number 10. Inefficient. We're talking about a player who, from the field,
back up,
shot over 50%.
Back up.
How many all NBAs? How many all defensive teams?
And he is considered inefficient.
Inefficient?
This is what I tell y'all.
To this particular bronze sexual, all I got to say is
you tripping.
Notice
you still got 11 more to go.
Yes, I still have 11 more.
Notice how we're 10 deep into this.
I'm going to give me some coffee.
Not one argument has been skill based.
Thank you.
Preach that again, Deets. Please say that again.
This is the same problem I had with the debate Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Not one argument is skill based.
Nope.
Thank you. And not at this next point. Number 11 missed the playoffs as a Wizard. So Jordan was 38, 39, and 40 when he was a Wizard.
You mean when he was player owner?
Yeah. And the only reason why he was a player was because he was part owner. He saw that the ticket sales was sorry, and his presence he knew would boost ticket sales. That's the only reason why he actually decided to suit up and play. Meanwhile, we have the 37-year-old Kang, who could give you 38 and 6, yet they only won 33 games.
Because Michael Jordan was owner of the team and decided, you know what? I'm going to do my fans some service and I'm going to give them what they want, which is me.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of be like LeBron, who owns a team and calls his fan base racist.
Oops. Read this for me, Sig Diggy, please. Cole, please read this for me.
Michael Jordan is a man. LeBron James is a divo. Masculine form of diva. I like that, Sig.
And then Rod has this.
That's it. That's not true.
MJ
he did not have a gambling problem.
And y'all know he gambling problem.
No, he did not.
He gambled, but it was not a problem.
That's right.
He said it. If you watch The Last Dance, you know what happened. He said, "Yes, I gambled a lot, but I always gambled the money that I could afford."
Yeah.
And his wife at the time was chief of finances in the household. He said that in a '93 interview before they beat up the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah.
Mr. McCarthy or Mr. McCorfey.
LeBron
missed the playoffs as a Laker. And
thank you.
No, missed the playoffs as a Laker twice.
That's right.
Yeah, you sure did. 2019 and 2022. The
only time they made the playoffs is the COVID Classic, and that doesn't count.
Well, no, they made playoffs the next year, but got bounced in the first round. So
the COVID Classic,
the COVID Classic,
and then they got embarrassed by the Phoenix Suns.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Number 12, and this is going right straight to your heart, Mr. Snow.
I'm listening.
Almost lost to a weak Pacers squad, even with his own super team.
Wait, almost? Almost losing?
We're talking about the
almost losing means you won.
Talking about the 1998 Eastern Conference Finals, where I'm still looking for the super team that they're talking about.
Were they talking about Rodman, Pippen,
Longley?
Yeah, I'm still 20, almost 25 years later. I'm still searching for this super team that supposedly Jordan lobbied to have.
You mean you mean losing to a Pacers team that Reggie Miller got hot?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got Reggie Miller. You have Mark Jackson on that team. You had Rick Smith.
Davis boys.
You had the Davis boys.
Chris Mullen.
Two of the nastiest players in the league.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes, they played the right way. They were physical.
The Bulls all sorts of hell.
And in the documentary during The Last Dance, Jordan even said that.
Gave them all sorts of hell.
Yes, he even said. He said, "Man, after the Pistons thing, that was probably our toughest obstacle." Which I saw that
Paul Allen, Mr. Paul Allen.
Are you kidding me?
And
oh hell no!
And
ain't nobody got time for that.
What I would say involves a lot of cuss words, so move on, please.
Number 13, can't guard quick players.
That's a lie.
Was it
all
straight up, flat out lie?
All because of the moment that Iverson, as a rookie, crossed up Jordan. One, name me a player that Iverson didn't cross up.
This is true.
And two, if you will remember very vividly, in that same game, Jordan dropped 35 and they won.
Going away.
Why you always lying?
Number 14.
Oh no.
Bad leader.
My ass.
Bitch, are you for real?
Thank you.
Why was he a bad leader? Because he held people accountable?
Bad leader because he taught he was horrible to people. He was a bad man. He shamed his teammates.
Scott Burrell. Ask Scott Burrell if he was a good leader.
Yeah, he shamed his teammates. He was an a-hole. He wasn't inclusive like Yo Kang is. He didn't lead with love. He led with gusto. He was passionate. He punched Steve Kerr.
How about Steve Kerr, who got punched in the face and said, "I deserve
in October."
And said, "I deserved it."
Yeah, got punched in the face in October. Yeah, got punched in the face in October. Ended up receiving effusive praise from Jordan 8 months later, and like you said, Deets, Kerr said he deserved the punch.
And to that point,
I
finally found that one. And also to that point,
You almost done yet?
No. Number 15.
Oh God.
Rob Hakeem. That's Hakeem Olajuwon off, because it's spelled OFF, Defensive Player of the Year award. So the year is 1988.
And Jordan won Defensive Player of the Year. That point's over. Next one, please.
Oh, hold on. So, yes, he won Defensive Player of the Year. I'm in Houston. I saw Hakeem. Hakeem did great in that year. 3 blocks, 2.5 steals.
Yes.
Hakeem had better defensive years than that one. He was coming into his own as an overall player. Jordan arrived. And I'm saying this as a Rockets fan, not as a Jordan's fan. Rockets and Olajuwon fan. Jordan arrived in 88. Hakeem, it took him about another 3 years to get to that state where he would actually routinely give you 5 blocks in a year of a game in a year. I have to educate these bronsexuals because it just flies over their heads. Number 16.
Just a minute. I got another point. To these stupid bronsexuals that don't read. Michael Jordan also achieved something that year for the first time that he wound up doing 3 times. Not only did he lead the league in scoring,
led the league
in steals. And he did it not once,
not
twice, but 3 times.
Remember that point? Can't guard fast people.
Quick players.
Yet Clyde Drexler scores a bunch of points in game 1, and what does Michael Jordan do? I got him next game. Clyde scores 6.
I want him. Number 16.
Defensive player of the year, Bronzexual.
Yeah.
Defensive player of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and how many times was Michael Jordan first team all defense? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9
times.
Borrow from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. 9 times. Let me put this up here. Rod, I love you, but shut up.
Jordan only played 60 games second season, and let's get the facts straight.
It was miscalculated as the flu.
No.
He had food poisoning.
You're right. That's 97. I want to get to the first part of this statement. He didn't play 60 games in the second season. He only played 17.
He missed 64 games.
He missed 65 games that year
because of a broken foot.
And he was on a minutes restriction before the playoffs. In fact, they only allowed him to play, correct me if I'm wrong, sir, 14 minutes in the game.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
And then they turned him loose in the playoffs, and he ended up scoring 49 in game 1 and 63 in game 2. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan played with the flu/food poisoning. Yo Kang had to pull out with cramps. Game 1,
which makes him every bit of a bitch.
Oh, wow.
Next one,
number 16. Robbed Karl Malone off, not of, off. Most Valuable Player award. We're talking 1997.
8, because Karl actually did win in 1997.
No, that's the same. Talking about 98. No, okay, well,
1998. 1998.
Okay,
but still, the stupidity of that statement. The stupidity of that statement.
Now the Bulls won 62 games in 98 too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he did that, and the guy that people keep saying, in fact, we actually said this to begin this list, that Jordan was a loser without Pippen. Pippen only played 38 games that year.
Mm-hmm. Because of a bad back.
So Jordan got that MVP with his Robin, or his second best player, or the guy that Yo Kang's followers say is the only reason why Jordan got the chips. And he missed almost 50 games that year. So
this is 16, but I thought Jordan played in a weak era. So who cares who would have been MVP?
I thought he played in a weak era too, bro. Yeah. Ridiculous. Number 17. Terrible 3-point shooter.
Whoa.
Not below average. Not average, not below average, not bad. Terrible 3-point shooter.
Say that again. Terrible 3-point shooter.
Yeah, hold on. I will do this officially. Number 17, quote, terrible 3-point shooter.
Apparently you didn't. Apparently you did not see the Bulls versus the Blazers, where they said this exact argument in Sports Illustrated that Jordan can't shoot threes. What did he do? Made the most threes in any half of the NBA Finals ever.
6 of 9.
Scoring 35 in the first half. Enough.
Next one, please.
But he's a terrible 3-point shooter.
Gotta be kidding me.
Number 18. Talking about the I'm searching for the super team. Formed the first super team in NBA history by recruiting Dennis Rodman.
I'll take this one. You stupid idiot.
Phil Jackson signed on before Jordan was there.
Phil Jackson recruited Dennis.
Thank you.
Because they needed rebound help. Okay?
Yeah, because they
the person who had to sign off on it
was Jordan.
besides MJ was Scottie Pippen. Mm-hmm. And that goes back to an incident in 1991.
Right.
Okay? Do your research, will you please? And let me respond to this. MJ didn't want no smoke with the X-Man. That's
the
bullshit.
1992 East Coast semifinal series.
East semifinals.
What do you mean in Game 7?
When he told X-Man live on television, "F you."
Oh, Game 7 got into Mr. McDaniel's face and told him "F you."
And I love Xavier McDaniel. Okay,
and I love it too.
McDaniel.
And I'm sure Michael did as well.
Time,
that dude had few.
But at the same time, you get in my face, I'm gonna get in yours.
And he did. And that's what he's supposed to do. Number 19.
Oh God.
Lost to Isaiah Thomas year after year after year.
Until they beat him, and they never beat him again.
Yeah.
Until 1991 when they figured it out. Next one.
Number 20. Did not achieve anything in the 1980s. I will say this again. Quote. Number 20. Did not achieve anything in the 1980s.
Yeah, he did.
Quote.
Didn't achieve anything. He won a national championship, you moron.
And that's before he set foot on the NBA court.
Can I invoke Jim Durham, please?
Please.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up?
Michael Jordan against Danny Ainge. Michael on the drive across the lane. Turnaround shot. Got it! 63 for Jordan. The game is tied at 131 with 110 left. A new NBA record has been set in the Boston Garden by an all-time great. I don't care if he's only played a year and change. He ranks right up there with the all-timers.
In case you didn't hear, the call went.
Michael on the drive across the lane. Turnaround shot. Got it. 63 for Jordan.
63 points. No one, including Yo Kang, has come close. And I know the argument, but LeBron scored 51 in the finals.
And
MJ scored 55 in the finals with the big difference. MJ won that game where he scored 55. Game 4 against the Phoenix Suns, and they won that game 111 to 105. Yo Kang scored 51 in the finals, which A, took overtime, and B, they lost by 10. 124 to 114. Let me repeat that final score. 124 to 114.
Yes, Wise? No, Wusa. All right, gentlemen. This last point is mine.
All right.
Number 21. Never beat a prime Magic or Isaiah or Bird.
Cook.
Okay. Here's how we gonna do this. Now, did Jordan ever beat Bird in the playoffs? No. However, in 1991, the Celtics were the number 2 seed that year. They happened to meet up with the 2-time champion Pistons in the Eastern Conference semifinals and got eliminated from the playoffs there. Otherwise, they would have met in the Eastern Conference finals that year. However, Jordan met with Isaiah in that Eastern Conference finals and swept them off the court. And I know you already brought up, Broad Session, that Jordan kept losing to Isaiah year after year after year, and that is somewhat true. I mean, got bounced by 5 in 1988 in the Eastern Conference semifinals, got bounced in 6 in 89's Eastern Conference finals, got bounced in 7 in the 1990 Eastern Conference finals. Yes. But Jordan swept Isaiah in 1991's Eastern Conference finals. Then the very next series, the 1991 NBA finals, he played against Magic and he beat him 4 games to 1. Actually, the only series in the finals the Bulls under Jordan did not go 6 games in. I want you to listen to what I'm about to say clearly, Bronsexual. No, off your knees. Off your knees. Get up. Don't grab the joystick. Wipe the joy juice off your lips and look at me. You're not dealing with Joe Kang. You're dealing with somebody who actually knows basketball. Now, a player's prime is normally between the ages of 26 and 32 or 33. When Jordan beat Isaiah in 1991, he eliminated Isaiah Memorial Day, 1991. Isaiah's birthday is April 30th, 1961. So you know what that makes Isaiah at that time? 3 weeks past 30. Then Magic in the finals, where I said that he beat Magic 4-1. Magic's birthday is August the 14th of 1959. So in 1991, he would have celebrated his 32nd birthday and did so at the end of the season. So between 1991 and 1992, he turned 32. So that means that Magic was 31 when Jordan played him. So if you were to understand prime ages between 26 and 32, that would mean that Jordan beat Isaiah and Magic in the playoffs in their prime.
Could you say that again, please, for those of us in the cheap seats at Old Chicago Stadium?
Isaiah was 30 when Jordan beat him in 1991. Magic was 31 when Jordan beat him in 1991. A player's prime is normally between the ages of 26 and 32. I'll even give you 33 in some cases. Jordan beat Isaiah and Magic in consecutive series in the playoffs while both players were in their prime. Seeing lists like that and having takes that you can just simply destroy, with barely doing research, and that was just a small amount of research I had to do, renders this whole list moot, ridiculous, and stupid. Just to lift up Yo Kang, you have to denigrate somebody else. This is what makes the fan base of the Bronzexuals weak. If you can't do it with facts, you're going to do it with conjecture. And if you can't do it with conjecture, you're going to do it with slander. And if you can't do it with slander, you just say F you and up yours.
Which makes most of these Bronzexuals
tone deaf.
Now I know we have more. I know we have more show that we have to go to, and I don't want to sicken my man Wise even more than I already have with this crap. But I have to just simply
don't soil this program by putting crap on it.
But I have to show everybody the dirty draws that you Bronzexuals leave behind for the rest of the sports world to smell, to ingest, and to dissect. Because it's like what Dee says, you do this without much research. It is just simply you just throw stuff on the wall to see if it sticks. Well, this crap ain't sticking. It's going in the trash. Yeah, just like the whole fan base of the Bronzexual nation.
Oh, and to wrap this up, you know how we feel about you, Bronzexual nation? Now, Cole, what do we usually say?
Now I can make Wise happy. We're no longer talking about him for now or his fan base because I'm sick and tired of talking about these thirsty heifers.
So this is the Bronzexual confessions for the day, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Lord.
So I will. I'll do it for you. Get out our face, you thirsty heifers.
common sense flies completely out the window. While purple and yellow glasses are donned, rises a figure who encourages ridiculous, undying loyalty.
Yo, Kangs.
Good Lord, I'm about to throw up. This has been yet another installment of The Bronzexual Confessions.
It's raining here, and it's raining truth, and it's raining into hour 2, which begins right about now.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up?
Grant with that jump shot's off. Long rebound run down by Hodges, and here's the King. That's a 3.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Hey, this promises to be fun.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait.
Are you kidding me? Do you believe it?
See, that intro right there pales in comparison to the one that Cole put together. My super producer, one of my best friends, the producer extraordinaire. Hour 2, Dietz is with us. We'll have Stacy Peterheat at the bottom of this hour. Why is El Jefe number 420? Why is El Jefe number 420?
Yeah.
And
Right
I gotta do this one for you because this guy was one of my favorite relief pitchers. Now entering for the Yankees, number 42, Mariano Rivera, number 42.
Into the Sandman.
Love it. You can ride this musical train into the bottom of the hour to the Fanatics feedback zone. Ben says, "Good morning, Snowman and Cole. Good morning to you.
Good morning,
chat."
3.
See,
Ben, I love
that
it.
phrase right there. That phrase right there.
Yo, Kang.
Yo, Kang.
So disrespectful to the Ninja Turtles.
Yep. Hey, Pizzle with us. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Thank you.
I mean it with all the sugar that means to be brought with it.
Good.
All of it.
Because there's a lot of it. There's a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
Preview for Friday.
Way to go, Sammy!
All
Andrew.
right.
Jeez, what a segment. That was insane. Bronzexuals are unbearable. Thank you.
You should hear the stuff.
Yes.
You should hear the stuff we talk about during the season.
Yeah.
This is the off season, and somehow they find us.
To let you know, Wise, I created Bronzexual Confessions because of that. Because of takes that you get, and it's July, August, and September. And I'm thinking to myself, these fools can't stop talking about this man all year long.
They brought up one skill.
Shooting.
3-point shooting, which Jordan destroys LeBron in.
Mm-hmm.
And he did it, and you used only one half of one game in his entire collection in order to shred that argument.
Playmaker.
That's
with
the
us.
brilliance of you, Chris.
Playmaker with us. That my favorite
segment. Thank you, Playmaker.
Thank you, Playmaker. That's why we. That's why we do it, and that's why the show is moving on up, man. We're close to 300 subs on YouTube, and I think by the end of this week or early next week, we'll hit 300. Now, when I hit 300 last time, it plateaued. I'm not stopping. Where's Walter when I need him? I'm not starting over.
No, please don't.
When we hit that magic number, every time I was at Yankee Stadium and the bullpen door opened, the opening riff of Enter Sandman started playing, and number 42 jogged out. I got chills. Who didn't?
That's one.
Hell, look, I got chills watching him in an All-Star game at Citi Field, his last All-Star game.
I will say this to you, Wise. This is coming from a person who's never been a Yankees fan, but I live with one. And I actually lived with one right around the time this actually started up. One of the best baseball environments I've ever seen was seeing the top of the ninth seeing Mariano Rivera come out and hearing Enter Sandman just blast all through Yankee Stadium. It's as if you saw 50,000 people lose their ever-loving minds and thinking that maybe 50 other million people who are watching them are doing the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, just about right.
One of the greatest baseball moments ever. Just seeing that.
Now entering for the Yankees, number 42, Mariano Rivera. Number 42. Now, I made an admission on this here program because I love John Sterling, even though my personal favorite play-by-play announcer is John Rooney, who was with the White Sox for 18 years. I love John Sterling. I do. And I actually have a favorite call of John Sterling. And I want to say, I hope I get this right. Wise is the authority in this. I want to say this was 2002 when this happened.
4-11 lifetime against Trombley. The Yankees are a base hit from getting very close to tying this game. A little old single. The pitch swung on and hit in the air to deep right center. It is high. It is far. It is gone. It's a grand slam. Jason Giambi hits the bottom of the 14th. 1 out. Walk off. Grand slam. And one of the best games you'll ever see. The Yankees rise from the dead in the bottom of the 14th and win the game 13-12. The Giambino, his proudest moment as a Yankee. They mob him at home plate in one of the wildest finishes you'll ever see.
Let's have the signature.
And by the way, ball game over. Yankees win. Ah! Yankees win.
I did get that right. It was 2002, May 17, 2002. Thank you, Ryan McCarthy. And his signature call for a home run, as well as when the Yankees win, is why I love John Sterling. My top 5 wide receivers just published on the website. If y'all haven't checked it out, check out the Playmakers blog. Fabulous blog.
I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out, brother.
We're gonna check it out, and we're gonna get Darnell on the show on a weekly basis during football season.
I'm actually use your list for my draft, my fantasy football draft.
Oh, I'll give you the list right now.
Oh,
At
don't
5,
dude, we got it. Fantasy's totally different, man.
At 5, he's got Deebo Samuel. At 4, he's got Jamar Chase, Devontae Adams at 3, Justin Jefferson at 2, and Cooper Kupp at 1. There's your top. That's his top 5.
That isn't a bad top 5, man.
That is a hell of a list. That's a hell of a list.
I have one of those. I have Deebo. I guess I have to choose between Deebo and Stephon Diggs.
I'm looking for
Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
That's
I'm looking for a fantasy football organization, and I'm in discussions with a couple of them that will partner with the show.
Fantasy football, you gotta go Cooper Kupp and then Deebo Samuel, because Deebo Samuel's gonna get you rushing. Deebo Samuel's gonna get you rushing yards and rushing touchdowns.
But the only thing with Deebo now for this year, now that they've announced that Trey Lance will be the starting quarterback of the 49ers,
that probably will hurt Deebo.
That's gonna hurt his passing yard, his receiving yards.
He's still gonna get rushing yards and rushing touchdowns. It's gonna be like having a third. Yeah. It's gonna be like having a fourth running back. So it all depends on your scoring. I mean, if you're in a what is it, PVP league or whatever, points per perception PPR, that's gonna hurt you. But if you're in a league where running back is key, you want Deebo because he'll get you rushing yards and rushing touchdowns.
A Pizzle remembers that call.
It is high. It is fun. It is on. Yeah.
I still my favorite John Sterling call was when Mark Teixeira hit a 2-run homer to tie the game at 1. That was one of my favorite calls. Because and the Yankees, and he hits a 2-run homer to tie the game at 1. And I was like, wait, what just happened? I have no idea what's going on right now.
What the hell was that?
It was great. John Sterling. I mean, I've listened to him my whole life. John Sterling is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
He's hilarious when he needs to be, but doggone it, he is hilarious. He's absolutely hilarious.
Not 2-run homer to tie the game.
You know what? I can't trip because I've made mistakes like that.
Oh, everybody
in my years of play-by-play.
I mean, it happens. It was just the funniest thing that we've ever heard on the radio because a lot of my friends were listening. We were listening. I think it was after a softball game. We were sitting in the parking lot listening to the game, and all of a sudden he says it, and we all looked at each other like, "Wait, what? What did he just say happened?" Because we're listening on the radio. We're not watching it on TV. And we're like, wait, what?
Right.
What's going on?
And you just look up and go, what the hell happened? Oh Lordy. We're sharing stories of John Sterling. And I got another call. This is from this year. Fair use, courtesy of WFAN 660 and 101.9, and courtesy of the New York Yankees.
Are you ready, all you fans out there?
That ball's high.
And say, hey, man.
Pitch is swung on and hit in the air to deep left. That ball's high. It is far. It is gone. Yeah. It's a walk-off 3-run home run. It's a Judgian blast to deep left center into the bullpen. And the Yankees win the ball game by the score of 6-3. All right, all rise. Here comes the judge.
That's what got me hooked on Sterling, with the way he would come up with nicknames.
That one hurt.
That's one of the few times I get to enjoy a clip with the Yankees and Astros, and it's not me crying at the end of it.
That one hurt, man.
Okay.
You gotta love baseball. You gotta love baseball the way it turns out. Everybody's talking about Seattle. Seattle's the greatest thing ever. Astros come out, sweep the hell out of them. The Orioles have won 10. They've won 10 of their last 11. They're gonna catch the Yankees. They play the Yankees. The Judge hits 3 home runs in 2 days.
Wait, Brian, what did we say about both the Orioles and the Mariners right when their winning streaks got to their levels?
Wild card, maybe. Division title, nah.
Never. Yep.
I mean, okay, this is where I get.
We saw the Orioles play the Yankees and the Mariners play the Astros. Both of us weren't shot. It's like,
But that's why you gotta love baseball. Everybody's riding high, and then all of a sudden, all hell breaks loose.
All of a sudden, bang!
It's the regular season.
And Seattle was feeling good about themselves, and then they met the Houston Astros.
Let me put that foot in there behind.
I see, and then they met the Houston Astros. Speaking of walk-off slams, one of my favorites came courtesy of Steve Pierce, and the call with Jerry Howarth. Fair use.
2-0 pitch. Fly ball deep left field. Has he done it again? Back goes Revere to the wall. There goes another walk-off grand slam. Oh, my goodness. Ball game. Blue Jays, a 7-run 9th inning to edge the Angels 11-10. And Steve Pierce has done it again.
It looks so strange to see the Blue Jays wear the Canadian flag red.
Well, that's become one of their traditions now.
Well,
I know.
I know. That's on what? That's on Canada Day, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or do they do that every Sunday?
That was Canada Day.
Oh, Canada Day.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. But it still looks strange to see it though.
I use this.
It's cool, but it looks
part
strange.
of I use this as part of one of my intros.
There they go. 3-2 pitch. Fly ball deep left field. Hooking down the line. Hooking. There she goes. A grand slam. The Blue Jays have done it again. Steve Pearce with a 2-out grand slam to beat Oakland 8-4. Another walk-off home run after Morales did it last night. Home run number 9. His sweetest as a Blue Jay in 2017.
Yeah. MLB Advanced Media gets credit for that.
You still got to make my home run that call that I sent to you. Howie Rose's home run call of Mike Piazza.
I just saw that. It's hilarious. I did see that.
It's one of the greatest home run calls I've ever heard in my life.
It's got a chance. That thing is hitting a plane. They just took off from LaGuardia. What are you talking about? It has a chance.
That's my favorite. He hits it, and the entire stadium knows it's gone. The entire stadium blows up. They know it's gone. And Howie Rose goes, "It's got a chance." I was like, "A chance of what? Hitting a blimp?" Because that ball, it's not even close.
That ball was crushed. Yeah.
That ball was obliterated. Speaking of home run calls, I'm going to give y'all 3 of them, and all concerning a legendary pitcher, if you want to call him that. Where is it? Let me find it. Here it is. Anybody remember this?
Looking for his first hit of the year. He drives one deep left field. Back goes Upton. Back near the wall. It's out of here. Bartolo has done it.
Yes, Bartolo Colon.
Impossible has happened.
The legend of Bartolo Colon.
As Bartolo takes the long trot.
That was his first hit ever.
Career home run. And there will be nobody in the dugout to greet him.
Oh man, when I got this I was rolling.
In the history of
Gary Cohen and Ron Darling on this call.
I want to say that was one of the
And it's
longest home
courtesy of
run shots
MLB Advanced
I've ever
Media,
seen.
the New York
But I
Mets,
think
and
that's
San
how
Diego
fast he runs.
San Diego Padres.
And now they'll flood up the tunnel and give him his just due. His 226th career at bat. You knew if he ever made contact.
Deeds, this next one's for you.
Strong enough to do it.
You're looking for Howie Rose? Here he comes.
Down the house.
Milwaukee at second, 2 out, 2-0 New York in the second. The 1-1 swing and a drive to deep left field. It's got a chance. Upton going back. It's gonna go. Home run, Bartolo Colon. Repeating home run, Bartolo Colon. 7-line Army in right field might tear this ballpark down. Colon carried his bat with him until he was about 10 feet from first base.
I remember. Wait. Home run, Bartolo Colon. Repeating home run, Bartolo Colon.
I remember seeing that home run. I just never thought, wow, I have to say I'm being educated. I did not know the Mets fans traveled that far.
Yeah, the seven line is nationwide, man.
It is 7-line Army.
Because I'm like, wow. I mean, it almost sounded like they were Citi Field. I'm like, goodness gracious.
7-line Army in right field might tear this ballpark down. The immortal words of Howie Rose. To the feedback zone. Love the nickname thing he does. Thank you, Andrew. We're talking about John Sterling. I just realized Snow and Size have something in common. El Duque.
Wise.
Yeah.
Wise.
Yeah. Both Wise and I are very familiar with El Duque, who got out of a jam in 2005. Hey, Pizzo, Bartolo. Yep. Andrew, Bartolo. Oh, yeah. Speaking of great announcers, 8 minutes away from Nurse Namastasia, and we're going to talk about getting a good night's sleep. That's our discussion coming up here. I must play. No, I can't do that one. I must play this one because if I can find it, this involves a view from my good friend Robert Ford. Now, we've seen Altuve's home run on the field.
Right.
You never saw it from the booth until now.
Driven deep to left center field. Gardner is going back. Looking up. See you later. See you later. See you later. Jose Altuve, a walk-off two-run homer. And the Astros beat the Yankees 6-4, win the ALCS 4-2.
Why are you shaking your head at me, Wise?
As we was going so well today. We was doing so well.
If that's the case, you were shaking your head when we did Bronze Sexual Confessions, man.
All I had to say is Aroldis Chapman, who could throw triple digits and
decides to throw it right down the plate, down
he
the plate.
throws a changeup that basically was nothing more than a glorified batting practice pitch to one of the best hitters in the league. And I'm thinking to myself, what made you think of throwing that pitch?
It's like, why'd you do that?
I'm like,
why'd you do that?
You keep throwing gas, man, and then throw a change,
and
throw gas.
You throw a change up to Jose Altuve.
That just did not
that goes
break
right down
all.
over the plate, over the plate.
It did not break one bit. And I'm thinking
he didn't need no click from no button or anything to tell him what was coming.
You gotta ask the catcher what he's thinking.
Why?
Yeah.
No joke, man.
I mean, unless Aroldis shook him off, but even if he shakes you off, you just keep putting fastball down.
I'm telling you guys, I saw that, and yes, I was happy that the Stros advanced to the World Series. My mind went straight to what the heck were you thinking, Aroldis?
Mm-hmm.
In that moment, you would have thought I was a Yankees fan because that's where my head went. I said, "What the heck are you thinking, Aroldis?"
What the hell are you thinking, man?
That's not what I said.
Well, we know what I said.
That's not what I said.
And if you haven't checked out, it's Revelation. I think it's Revelation. If you haven't checked out Revelations with Cole and with Wise, don't drink any water because you're going to pitch yourself laughing. I made the mistake and got away with it just from the opening alone. Just from the opening alone, before the opening sequence played, where Wise said, screw it, I smoke. And Cole is dying.
Dying
laughs.
He tried his best to censor his thoughts.
I was trying. I was like,
and he was like, and he's like, oh, screw it, I'm just going straight with it. And that's what I found funny.
Well, I have a project for you, Cole. Not just the Snowman in the Morning podcast, but you need to create a video opening for, ready for my next two words? Snowman Unfiltered.
Oh, you bringing that back?
Hell yeah, I'm bringing it back.
Okay. All right.
Bringing it back Labor Day. I'm deciding I'm bringing back Labor Day week.
Snowman Unfiltered. Okay.
Snowman Unfiltered. This is where I played a clip that hurt Wise. Now I got this one to hurt Cole.
Nationals are a strike away from franchise history and some World Series history.
Oh, you're gonna hit both of us
it
with
out.
this.
It'll be another 3-2 pitch to Michael Brantley. Hudson sets.
I was already
the kick in. Here it comes. Swing
this.
and a miss. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss.
I was already
and a World Series Game 7 winning Curly W is in the books. The celebration is on. The Washington Nationals are the world champions.
That was 2019. That was Charlie Slows and WJFK on the call. Let me give all.
I was watching that actually with my wife in our living room, and I was already down the dumps when that happened. I was already done. What got me was 2 innings earlier. They took out Greinke. And Greinke was just, the Nationals were not hitting him. And so they got a dribbler. I think they went in. Was that?
No.
Was that one Rendon?
It was Howie. That was Howie
Kendrick.
Kendrick.
No, Howie Kendrick. So they got two on, and the game is 2-0 Astros, top of the 7th. And Howie Kendrick hits an opposite field shot
off the pole.
And when you heard the ball clink off of the right field foul pole,
you said game over.
I said game over, and that's when my heart sunk.
It said game over.
Yeah.
I'm going to pay a tribute to one of our good friends, Mr. Dave Sims, the fabulous television voice of the Seattle Mariners. A few years ago, the Mariners had this epic comeback. Dave?
Some work to do for the fellas right now. Start climbing up the hill. Let's see what happens.
Right field. Kemp not going to get it. Smith is going to score. Cano's right behind him. Kyle Seager delivers again. 12-4 San Diego.
And we have a pinch hitter, Daeho Lee.
Lobbered high to the video board in left field. This is up to the Western Metal Supply Building on the second deck. Daeho Lee absolutely killed that pitch. And the Mariners are suddenly in this ball game. It's 12-7 Padres.
Here in the seventh.
Seager has been hot. See if it continues. Hit hard. It gets past. Here comes Aoki. Here comes Goody to score. Kyle Seager deals again. Got a 12-9 ball game.
Brandon Bauer in the face. Daeho Lee. The 3-2. Lee swings, hits a slicer into right field for a base hit. Cano scores. Daeho Lee has driven in his fourth run in 2 at-bats, and he has brought the Mariners within 2 runs with 2 outs in the top of the 7th.
There you go. Base hit left field. Scoring is Seager. It's a 1-run game. Chris Iannetta with an RBI. Romero trying to tie it up. 3-2. Line drive. Base hit. Center field. Here comes Deo. He's going to score.
Lee rumbles across the plate, and this game is tied at 12.
Sean O'Malley stepping in against Matt Thornton.
2 outs. 0-1 to O'Malley. Base hit center field. The Mariners lead 13-12. What a comeback.
Sean O'Malley has made this a 13-12 game. This is happening in San Diego.
You have got to be shaving me. This is one of the most incredible things I've seen.
Good job on the censor.
That's a lot of beef. That's a lot of beef with Nelson Cruz and Carlos Lee.
There is.
Yes, it is.
All right. Let's talk sleep and getting proper sleep with the Nurse Namastasia, who joins a full house today. Good morning, my dear. How are you?
I'm great. Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing?
Well, good morning. Good. How are you doing?
We need
good. I could use some of this sleep talk. So help me out here.
Stacey and I talked about it, and she said, "What are we going to talk about?" When she messaged me yesterday, what are we going to talk about tomorrow? A thing I have struggled with since I've been out of the hospital: sleep.
Yeah, I can say you struggle with that.
Enough of it, and getting enough of it. So, this is not just for me as a cancer patient. This is for everybody.
Yeah,
this is for everybody that's an entrepreneur. Because when you're an entrepreneur, you don't sleep well at all,
or long.
Absolutely. It got so bad for me last night, especially dealing with the stomach issues I've been dealing with since I've been out of the hospital. I had to go back to the couch to make sure I'm not far away from the bathroom and I don't soil anything. So, what do we give us some lessons, Stace? Help, please.
This is your problem. The chatter in here is keeping you awake.
Yeah,
very true.
Very
Learn
true.
to get rid of everything in here, and you will be ease and flow, a lot more peaceful. But too many people are just worried. We're stressed. We're anxious. We're depressed. We're waiting for the next big thing. You got to declutter what's in here. Make a conscious effort, and you'll sleep better.
How does that conscious effort begin? What is something that we can start with? Because I got to start with something.
Quiet. Take 15 minutes out of your day and just sit there doing absolutely nothing. Just sit there and do absolutely nothing. And then what happens is before you go to bed, truly disconnect from everything. Social media, put your phone away at least an hour before bedtime, and really, focus on clearing your mind. Meditation is huge. I teach this shit. You got to clear your mind. Clear your mind.
Yeah.
Or you will not sleep.
That's the biggest thing. Clearing the mind.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing, and that's also the toughest thing. But I'm going to take this.
Yeah, I got a question, Snowman.
Talk to me.
Is there a difference between sleeping at night and sleeping during the day?
That's for the nurse. Is
what do you
there
mean, taking naps?
Yeah.
I mean, I work nights.
Okay.
And I can definitely feel it. When I sleep during the day, I definitely have a worse time sleeping than on my days off when I sleep at night. Is there something is that something in our body, or is that just is there something to that, or?
So I know a lot of nurses. When I first graduated nursing school, a lot of nurses had no choice. They had to work the night shift, which totally upsets your entire system. So the way they managed it was they had to keep the same schedule until their body adjusted.
Right.
But I honestly, I am an evil person if I do not get enough sleep, even during the day. So you have to see what works best for your body. If you need to take naps, take as many naps as you need that's your body.
Yeah.
You can nap during the day and you can shut your brain off. It doesn't matter, because when we're sleeping, we're in a dream state. We don't have those awful thoughts coming in. Whenever you can get that rest time, just do it.
Yeah.
Whatever works for your body, not anyone else's. It's your body.
Shady Sports Network joining us. He said worked nights for 5 years. I agree. Sleeping during the day is terrible. Man, it is. But for me,
done that.
Sleeping during the day, and I only want to take, and I want the nurse to help me with this. I try to only take like an hour nap when I get off the air, but it turns y'all know it turns into 2 or 3 hours, and then that wrecks me at night when I try to disconnect. But I don't like put the phone down or anything, because I turn on an audiobook to try to sleep. But I'm taking that complete quiet piece of advice. But man,
power nap, Ryan. Power nap. 15-20 minutes of a power nap. It really makes a huge difference. Truly does.
That is something my grandmother subscribes to. I remember, I was like maybe 10 or 11, and my grandma would say, just give me 15 minutes. And she'd walk to the bedroom, go to sleep, lay in the bed, and would wake up 15 minutes later. And it was as if she could just go about the rest of her day like she didn't sleep at all. One of the darndest things I've ever seen.
It doesn't affect your circadian rhythm. So naps, power naps.
I love naps.
And I got to use my alarm, because if I don't set my alarm for 20 minutes or 30 minutes, I know I'm gone for a couple of hours, and it takes me so long to recover. When I wake up, I don't want to do anything. I want to get off of that. I want to sleep I'm bushed, and I want to start sleeping at night again, which is one of the main things my wife worries about. Because when I was sleeping out on the couch, and she came to me and she was on her way to the bathroom, she's like, "Why are you sleeping in here?" I said, "I want to be a short distance from the bathroom just in case my stomach decides to act foolish." And wouldn't you know it, hour later, it did act foolish. And luckily, I was only a few steps away. But I don't want that anymore. I'm working on the food habits. And believe me, there are some habits. And day 6 without caffeine.
Proud of you.
Day 6 without caffeine. I had to kick that. Well, let's get into that. I had to kick that habit. I had to.
Yes, you did.
Because not only was it preventing me from getting sleep, it was preventing my mind from getting clear. It was preventing it.
Yeah.
A little thing my wife informed me of: coffee's a diuretic. And it goes,
sugar's the devil.
You know what? Sugar is the devil. And I realized it yesterday when I had some tea and I made the crucial mistake of putting sugar in it.
Monk fruit.
When I make raspberry tea from now on, I ain't putting sugar in it.
Use monk fruit.
Because is honey a good substitute to use?
So it depends. You want raw honey. If you can actually do like 1 teaspoon of either pure maple sugar or pure agave honey, it doesn't affect certain people that have diabetes. But for me, I find monk fruit is the best substitute for me. If I wanted to bake or I need something sweet, It doesn't affect my sugar. I don't have the crash that we all need a nap after eating something sweet. So try it. They sell it in all the food stores. It's granulated, but yeah, it's a lot healthier.
Yeah. Oh, I found out the hard way yesterday. And Cole, and Cole, you know, I put my tea in here. And I thought I was doing good because it was still staying hot. And then 3 different times I had to run to the bathroom, and I had to shut the show down early yesterday because my stomach was affected. I couldn't concentrate.
Yeah, and it
I'm
messed
doing
you.
better. I'm doing better this morning because I'm drinking. I'm doing better because I'm drinking water.
Yeah, and it messed with your energy, which it was amazing to see.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. It took me a while to get here. I still have a couple mountains to move. And no, I'm not climbing these mountains. I'm moving them. I'm moving them. I'm going to try that 20-minute power nap today since I just found out that an appointment I had scheduled today got moved. A doctor's appointment I had scheduled got moved. So yeah, I am taking the I am doing the power nap. Ryan McCarthy with us. I've mentioned maple syrup on the show. It has antioxidants and it has to be pure maple syrup.
Okay. He's right.
Okay.
Pure maple
Ryan's
syrup.
always talking about the maple syrup. He puts that in his coffee.
Yeah, I've heard that
I
even
can do
before
that.
you mentioned it, Ryan. Yeah,
I can do that, but I can't go back to coffee now. Especially you putting. I can't put sugar in it. I can't put creamer in it. Even the sugar-free creamer is awful. Okay, and when we were living with our in-laws, my mother-in-law discovered sugar-free creamer and bought not 1, not 2, but 3 bottles of it. And it wasn't the 16-ounce either. And that was when I was
Sugar-free
on
is just as bad. Sugar-free is just as bad. You either do the raw honey, the pure maple syrup. That's what people don't understand. What you're putting in your body is just as bad as real sugar. So a lot of misinformation out there. You just got to do what works best for your body.
And that's why we have you here every Wednesday. That's Nurse Namastasia, Stacey Piedrahita. She joins us every Wednesday with some health tips. And the health tips that she gave today, use maple syrup or raw honey when you're drinking tea, and get a power nap in to recharge. Don't do what I do, and I'm going to break that today and wind up having a 3-hour nap, and then you're so exhausted you can't continue for the rest of the day, and you're up all night. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Good night.
Do the power nap. 20 minutes, 30 minutes at the most to recharge, and off you go. Oh, thank you, my dear, so much. I wanted to touch this subject with you, and every Wednesday we'll have the nurse here to give some great health tips. If you don't subscribe for anything else, subscribe for this. And later today, the nurse and I are going to tape our what's going to wind up being our premiere episode of Speaking the Truth, the reboot, and we're going to hit this subject and a couple more. Thank you, my dear. Appreciate the time.
All right. Bye, guys. Have a blessed one.
You too, Miss Conversation.
Oh, man.
I think I
didn't
love
know. It's too soon to be singing. Yeah, it is.
It's never too soon. It's never too soon to hear my man Cole sing.
Appreciate that, Wise. But that was
it's never too soon it's never too soon to watch some of his production either. Okay, because we are. You know what, Cole? I got another charge for you today. You know,
so you want me to do sort of updates to the snowman intros and outros. You want me to do? You want to do something for the new Snowman Unfiltered? What is the next one?
You know how we use different intros to bring in hour 2 and hour 3? That. My production abilities pale in comparison to yours. I
told him not about you. I told him, listen, even when we was doing the show, like when we was recording the show,
thank you, man.
I was like, "Oh, you just make like."
And later on, we got to get one. Later on, we got to get one for Dietz for Fit Down and for his college football coverage. I already got one.
I already got an idea, And I was gonna give it to Cole, but since Snowman has already asked him to do 9 million things, I figure I'll hold off. I'll hold off on that one.
Listen, it wasn't 9 million things. It was 8,999,999. All right, get it right, will you please?
Yeah.
Oh,
even
God.
when we was recording our show, when we was recording the show, the episode for Revelations.
Oh man,
I saw yo. You just made. I'm like, yo, you just made me want to have. I have to step my. I'm like, I have to step my production game up now.
As
Like,
soon as I hit in broadcast, that was the first thing that Wise.
it's like, this
man, I got to step my effing game up, man. What? Wow. I was like, wow, really?
I got it. Look, we all are for each other. We're stepping our games up for each other. Okay. And
hey, look at me! I got a studio now.
Yeah,
I'm no longer on the couch.
We're seeing you.
We see you.
Yeah, we're seeing you, man.
We love it.
Yeah,
we love everybody. Listen, everybody's stepping their game up.
Everybody's Cole, this goes back to what we talked about when we were doing our revelations. I need Mike Gundy. I'm a man. I'm 40. I need that to be part because in January we have to play that over and over every time I come on.
Mm-hmm.
Because in January I will be a man and I will turn 40.
Wow.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Wow. See, and I thought I was having fun with me turning 50.
Okay.
See, Chris turns 40 in January. Cole turns 50 in April. And I'm gonna have so much fun with that. And we always have fun here. Dietz is gonna hang with us. We're actually gonna go to a break and we're gonna breathe for a few minutes. So we'll be back. We got more stuff to talk about, and we will do it all when y'all get back. This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. Back in a flash.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Hey everybody, Snowman here. Thanks for listening to this episode of Snowman in the Morning. You can support us at Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson every time you shop for fan gear or collectibles at Fanatics. Just visit officialsitmorn.com/fanatics and click on the Fanatics logo. Then shop as planned and we'll get a commission on your sale that will help us a ton. Next time you're going to shop at Fanatics, just visit officialsitmorn.com/fanatics and support our morning show. Thanks.
Discouragement, sorrow, distance. Your arguments cause damage to your family. The hurt leads to divorce. You feel like there is nowhere else to turn. But there is hope for you. That's where we come into play. There is an overcomer that lives inside of you. One ready to take on the world as you leap for joy, living in victory. You'll grow to love yourself and others. There's life after divorce, and you can claim it today. Get Over Divorce, where your new story begins here every Thursday on YouTube and Spreaker.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up?
He's a 4-time NBA champion, a 2-time league MVP, a member of our 75th anniversary team, and for the first time ever, he's an NBA Finals MVP. The 2022 Bill Russell NBA Finals MVP award goes to Stephen Curry.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Hey, this promises to be fun.
Oh, yeah. Can't wait.
Are you kidding me? Do you believe it?
It's the hottest of hot takes and the coldest of cold, hard facts. Every day at 8 a.m. Eastern Time.
BS3 Network. Changing the way you watch TV.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
It's official SIT Morn. It's official SIT Morn on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch. With Chris Dees, with Wise El Jefe, with Brian Snow. I am Cole Johnson. Welcome back to the end of hour number 2 of Snowman in the Morning.
You know, I love being able to do this show without having a hospital gown. I love the fact that I'm home doing it. Listen, I love joining y'all from the hospital. Don't get it twisted because I missed it. But it just feels so good to be in studio or in some cases on location doing this and not having to worry about nurses coming in, sticking the daylights out of me and drawing blood. I think that's part of the reason my sleep is off. Because I would be sleeping good and then 3 o'clock in the morning, I get a knock on the door. We have to draw blood, sir. At 3 in the morning. Can't y'all wait till 7 when I'm having breakfast? Nope.
Take it.
And
yeah.
It was always in 2-hour increments. And I hated that. I know that's what they had to do. Don't get it twisted. Salute Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson, A.L. Evans, and I was joining us from the Summit in Houston, Texas.
Love that.
I gotta give you the Summit and the Astrodome.
And the Astrodome, yep.
And you know what? Hold up. Let me see if I can
And Hoffman's Arena, baby.
You gotta say that the right way. The Astrodome with the air conditioner on.
Yeah, it's true.
When they used to put the air conditioner on when the away team was batting.
Yeah.
Hey, if you got the advantage, use it. Why not?
Yeah.
San Antonio did. I found this old montage and to pay homage to the Astrodome. And I'm going to find it right now. Hold on a second. Okay. Does anybody remember? And you got to think back to when the Astrodome first opened.
Tell me it's got some Earl Campbell on there.
It better.
This is what the hell? Hold on a minute.
Anyway, but when you get that, let me just say,
I have to wait.
No, go ahead.
What's up, Wise?
I just want to know. Well, Sick. He put him and Ryan talking about birthdays and stuff. Six birthdays the day before my wife's birthday. So.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Yes.
Okay. So your wife's birthday's in September?
Yeah, she's a Virgo.
Yeah, mine too. But it's later.
Our wives have a lot of stuff in common, don't they, Cole?
They do. You think I'm BSing? Yes, they do.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm just saying that we have our wives do have a lot in common.
Yeah. Get it. My wife's a Virgo too. Yeah.
Mine Cancer, just like me, because her birthday is June 22nd.
Cancer, baby, we rule.
And we couldn't celebrate her birthday here because she was on a work road trip in Utah, and that was the trip I was trying to recover so I can make, and couldn't make it. Strength wasn't there. It's coming back though. But
the fact that you're here now and you'll be able to take many more trips with her, so that's what the blessing is, brother.
Yes, it is, because I wasn't supposed to, according to the populace, I wasn't supposed to beat supposed to beat this.
But you are, so
and I did.
That's all we focused on, and you're gonna be taking plenty of more trips with her, so we good, bro.
I most certainly will.
Yes, sir.
All right, A.L. Evans and Nicole Johnson. Here's my homage to the Astrodome, courtesy of the Houston Astros. This is when they first opened. Give a hairstyle.
Hold on.
There you go. Here it is.
Oh man,
there's part of my homage to the Astrodome.
When that thing went off, the place went ballistic. Oh my god.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. A.L. Evans. I'm the only one in here who played in the Houston Astrodome in '91 for a Division I state championship game. I would love to have called.
Madison or Yates? Yeah, A.L. Madison or Yates?
Yeah, I would love to have had a chance to call a game in the Astrodome. I still got plans to do I still got plans.
There's playing in Shea. There's playing in Shea Stadium for a high school PSAL championship count.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
I've called state championships in Joliet and in Indianapolis. I plan to call a state championship in every state in this country when I get done. And that's when we get our RV and hit the road for a year.
Killeen. You weren't even in the area. Okay, Killeen. Okay.
Yeah, but I would love to have
congrats on
had
that,
a chance to
AL.
call it. I would love to have a chance to call a game in the Astrodome. I would just, I know I would have gone nuts and had so much fun with it.
Great atmosphere, man. Great atmosphere.
I've done Soldier Field. I've done Welsh Ryan Arena at Northwestern. I've conquered Memorial Stadium and Assembly Hall at Champaign. I've conquered Assembly Hall in Bloomington, Indiana. Let's see. I've seen Mizzou Arena in Columbia, Missouri. Long list. All right. Time for hour 3, and it begins with a trip. No. It begins with us throwing shade at Sexuals. Hour 3 starts.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Mister, will you please wake up?
Michael Jordan against Danny Ainge. Michael on the drive across the lane. Turnaround shot. Got it. 63 for Jordan. The game is tied at 131 with 110 left. A new NBA record has been set in the Boston Garden by an all-time great. I don't care if he's only played a year and change. He ranks right up there with the all-timers.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Hey, this promises to be fun.
Oh, yeah. Can't wait.
Are you kidding me? Do you believe it?
I don't care if we play against Shane. He ranks right up there with the all-timers. That's Cole. That's Dietz. That's Wise El Jefe.
And that's Brian Snow. Welcome to our number 3 of Snowman and Coleman, Joe Johnson.
Nice save right there.
Appreciate that.
And why got me this shirt? When we found out that, hey, y'all remember this shirt? Thanks to hold on.
Oh, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
And I have since, in the immortal words of Stone Cold, opened up a can of whoop ass.
Yep.
Period.
Yes, you have, sir.
I have opened up a can of whoop it because I've had so many people throw shade and hand those bronze sexuals bottles of sunblock. They're prone to sunburn and skin cancer. Oh, Lordy. I sent, you know what? Since it's Wednesday, I said I wasn't going to do one.
Bro, you told me it was over. You told me it was over. You told me it was over, Brian. You said it was done. You said it was done. You said I wouldn't have to go sit through it again.
What I made you a promise would be less than 10 minutes.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, Brian. Go ahead.
You know what? No. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
Thank you. I appreciate you, brother.
I'm not going to do it.
Thank you.
I can't.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you so
but
much.
Cole,
right
you have the pictures that I sent you. Do you not?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
All I will say is one picture that I sent Cole is a comparison: 20-year-old MJ versus 20-year-old LeBron. As I was posting social media.
Goodness gracious.
And all it says at the bottom, way better numbers versus way better competition. I need Dolomite right now.
All right. Yeah, you need him. Here we go.
Bitch, are you for real?
I can bottom line this.
Please do.
It doesn't even matter what Jordan did because he was in college at 20. And yes, I know.
This is the problem. Nobody respects college basketball anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what? I love you, Ryan.
I will not cuss. I will not swear. I will not utter profanities.
I will not cuss. I will not. Hold up.
But
hold up. Y'all see this, right?
Lord. Yes, yes, yes.
I will not cuss. I will not cuss. I will not cuss. I will not swear. I will not cuss. I will not cuss. Okay. You're gonna see a page. I gotta switch the cord on this thing.
I'm just thinking.
One day, I'm just gonna hold it up to the camera of me just writing that a la Bart Simpson.
Was that wise?
It just brought me back to Revelations. I was like, when I rewatched the episode, I was like, damn, I got bleeped out.
Oh no. If that's the case, I'm gonna get bleeped out.
Oh man, I got bleeped out a lot.
It's like the open. It's like the opening. Like I told you, the opening to Revelations, when Wise was the guest, he was like, screw it, I smoke. All right.
Yeah, I smoked that herb.
Yeah, I smoked that herb. Yeah.
All I had to see, I watched the entire episode, which was hilarious.
It was.
The all I had to see was that intro right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I had to say. That's all I had to see. And Cole is trying his best. Listen, Cole is trying his best not to laugh out loud.
Mm-hmm.
But then he couldn't help it when Wise said, screw it, I smoked that herb. And Cole lost it.
I smoked that herb.
And Cole absolutely lost it. Right there.
When we were going through it, I said to myself, I better remember what this is because I think it's going to lead off the episode.
Wait till I get Wise back on Snowman Unfiltered.
Oh man.
And
you might be bleeping out a lot there.
See, this is unfiltered. This is Snowman Unfiltered. I don't think I will leave anything.
So I probably won't get bleeped out.
You won't get bleeped out with him. Yeah.
No, that's why I call it Snowman Unfiltered. It'll first premiere on Patreon. I'm taking Cole's blueprint. It'll be on Patreon, commercial free. Then I'll air the commercial filled episode here on the YouTube channel, and the SDM Sports Network YouTube channel will be revived on August 1st. So there will be 3 other places where this show will air, video and audio. In August, we pick up a couple stations from Alabama, and we're going to pick up a station from Detroit, Michigan. And Deeds, you don't have to be nice when it comes to Harbaugh. I already know your question.
That's not that yet, because that's not going to happen.
I know it ain't going to happen for me either. One Big Ten championship does not make a career, Jim Harbaugh.
Now,
did I say that aloud?
Now, are you bitter because he was the head coach of the 49ers and decided to leave him in a lurch?
No.
Sure.
No. I'm definitely sure.
You over it?
I'm over it. I'm done. Because I have seen worse. Deeds, what are you doing? Are you messing with a tape measure?
I'm unwrapping a certain thing that I need for Friday. I'll share that with you guys. I have a special guest coming on Friday for you guys.
Okay.
So
okay.
Okay.
Okay, so he's gonna have fun with it. Okay. Since I said I was gonna try not to cuss on the show, Sig Diggy has come up with that.
That's a broke back.
And that.
What the vape and grinder?
I gotta use those.
The best thing about Mike Piazza's broken bat is Roger Clemens' excuse was, "I thought it was the ball." Then why did you throw it at him?
That was hilarious.
That was like, nobody asked that next question. Like, they all just took it as, "Oh, okay."
Oh, okay.
Like, no, if you thought it was the ball, why didn't you throw it to first? Why did you throw it at him? You knew it was the bat. Don't like. Your lie is worse. Your lie is worse than what you did.
Cole, I need you. At that time,
Roger, oh Lord.
At that time, Roger Clemens was
prisoner of the moment.
I thought it was the ball, you stupid fool. You know what?
That was
hilarious. Listen, Beavis, Butthead, help me.
You're a stupid dumbass.
That was a funny and crappy excuse. I'm like, man, you know the ball does not feel like a broken bat. You pitch for a living. How the heck do you not know what is the difference between a bat and a ball?
Listen,
and you
we all know he meant to throw the bat at him.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing.
Sure
Me being a Yankee fan, I knew what he was doing.
You thought
he was trying to intimidate him.
Was the ball. Just a moment. You thought it was the ball, huh?
You for real?
I remember the first time Cole played that clip on his show. I roared laughing.
So I told my mother-in-law and my wife this. I said, there's a clip of Teddy Pendergrass. He's wearing his hair conked out. My mother-in-law was like, "You lying." I was like, "No, I got proof. Here it is." And I showed her that clip. She laughed her butt off.
I tell you, like I said, we're paying homage to Cole being the super producer. Because when Cole showed me this a year ago, I absolutely lost it. I called Cole immediately, and this is after he premiered his Bronze Sexual Confessions episode for that Wednesday. My wife was at work. My daughter was at work. I called Cole immediately, crying. And all I said was, the conversation with the Bronze Sexual was perfect. Because when you have a conversation with a Bronze Sexual, you will see that face and that expression.
So it's like I've said this often enough. I think it needs to have a graphic, and
yeah,
I came upon that one. And I say, okay, let's do it. Let's go with this one.
It was perfect. It was perfect. And then on your commercial, Cole, for Cole Sports, praise everything he does and criticize nothing.
Listen, when he sent me all the commercials he just recently did, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, I can't. I'm like, I gotta get back in the lab, man. I gotta get back to work. I gotta get to work, man. So I've been doing so every time I do a video or something or a segment piece or something, I send it to Cole. Bro, what you think about this?
Mm-hmm.
You know, well, you need to do this, that. Like, thank you.
I'm doing the same. I'm doing the same thing. All I do is I send Cole some clips, and I'm like, work your magic.
Mm-hmm.
And Cole goes, "Is there any particular way? You're the producer. Work your magic."
Like, all right.
That's all I do.
He's overbooked, so I gotta step up my game. But I always send the messages.
Same.
Like, bro, tell me what I need to change on this.
I'm working on getting my green screen hung behind me.
I have to put mine back up.
Yeah, I know I gotta get a green screen. We gotta get Deet set up with a green screen,
Yes,
and I already know.
I'll be in trouble like Snowman once I learn how to do video, how to cut videos.
You will not know how to act. Yes,
it's gonna be.
I'm having fun. I'm having fun cutting the podcast version of the video because I can shorten it to an hour. I can get the bumps in. And it's like, okay, this is how it works. And my wife will walk by and she says, "Uh-oh, you learned a new skill." Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I
can just push buttons and play random clips, it's gonna I'm gonna be bad with it.
You know,
it's gonna be bad.
Here's another thing with Cole that had me cracking up laughing. This.
The moment I saw that, I said, "This is going on here."
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I did not hesitate. I slapped that thing on there. Put that picture on. Put that picture in Canva. I was like, okay, let's see how I want to do this. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have it slide and glide.
You know what? Canva has listen. Canva has saved my life.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I can be so creative in Canva, but I want to get a couple other things that Cole hit me to. And then there was this.
That one,
which prompts the question: are we ever going to see Ben Simmons on a basketball court again? Oh, I'll answer that. No.
Well, according to Sick, he might be. You might be right because he might want to model.
Say what?
Oh Lord, Sick. No, not the Tupac L. Sharpton matchup. All right, brother, and that won't be a problem, man.
Count me in that class too. I know you told me the weapons, but I'm going to get to using them. All right, let's welcome Stacy Purcell as we talk Big Blue happenings onto the program. Good morning, Stacy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, there's a lot of us today.
Surprise.
Jamming.
Uh-oh. I'm here, Method Man.
Oh yeah. It's Big Blue happenings. We got to have Method Man on. How you doing, Stacy?
Oh. Hey.
Did we catch you at a bad time?
I'm sorry. I was listening to my Spotify music and I was blasting DMX. Sorry about that.
Why are you don't apologize?
Never apologize for DMX.
DMX, you definitely don't apologize for that.
Yeah, you don't have to apologize for that.
Don't apologize. Stacy Purcell is the one who started Crazy About Kentucky Basketball Facebook group. It's a fabulous group. How'd you get that started, Stace?
Well, actually, I didn't get it started. The founder of that group is Kevin Sparks Janeway. And so a friend of mine invited me on there, and I was constantly posting and making comments. And so the head administrator, she asked me to be, an administrator of the group. And so then maybe like a year or two later, she started having health issues to where she had to step down. And so that's when Kevin asked me to kind of step in and be in charge. And I've been doing it for about 4 years now.
Cool. And how are the fans in that group? I know you talk about them a lot, but how are the fans in that group?
They are absolutely amazing. You're always going to get some that are disrespectful, and I just kind of put them in their place and kind of like block them out, because when it comes to any sport, you're always going, or any team, you're always going to have fans that are going to be like, I'm diehard, but then you're going to have those ones that are kind of combative, disrespectful. You make a comment, they're like, oh, you're just crazy, you're just stupid. I'm like, no. I'm not. So in that group, I don't have any of that. It's all about respect for each other, and everything. I mean, because that's what it comes down to. The world is just crazy right now. Let's just show some kindness,
Please, let's do that. Stacy Purcell joining us, talking Big Blue happenings. Of course, Kentucky football right around the corner. We will be covering it here on the program, but we're just getting a general sense of Big Blue happenings right now. And I know you're excited. I know the fans are excited, and you're counting down the days to kickoff.
Exactly. 38 days and counting. We are so ready.
Hey, Stacy.
Uh-huh.
This is Chris Dietz from Fit Down Sports here. Who's going to replace Rondale Robinson this year?
It's going to be a tough one, because we have a lot of recruits that have come in, and honestly, it's kind of up in the air right now. Coach Stoops hadn't really said about who's going to replace him, because it's going to be really hard,
I mean, the guy played every position last year.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've actually had some players to actually, they'll start with one position and then they finish with another one, like Lynn Bowden. I mean, he was our wide receiver, and then he ended up being our quarterback. So, I mean, with that, anything is possible.
And is there anybody that's going to replace him as having the best name in college football?
Is there anybody?
Rondale Robinson is the best name I've ever heard. I'm a huge Shield fan, so when I heard Rondale Robinson, I was like, oh my God. I was like, he's now my favorite. He was my favorite player last year, and now he's with Wise's Giants. So,
well, for me, it would be DeAndre Square.
That's a good name.
Yeah, there's a candidate for the all-name team.
Yeah, Octavius Oxendine. We've got him. I mean, it's just a lot of names on there that I really like. I'm like, okay, I like this name. I might go with this person. But I just kind of look at their film. I read up on their stats, and I think it might have been last week, Chris, where you said that women tend to go with one team and that's it, whereas men just follow the whole league. And that's and I find that to be true, because I do, I love sports, but if I go with one team, I'm going to stay with just that team. And for me, it's Kentucky basketball and football. In baseball, I follow the Cubs. Football, Chicago Bears. Don't laugh at me. But
I'm not laughing yet.
I know, but yeah. So I mean, that was true when you said. At first, I was like, "Well, that's not really true." But then when I thought about it, I was like, "Yeah, he's right."
Listen, I gotta ask you, November 2nd, 2016, when the last out was made, where were you, and what did you think about that moment?
I was actually at Overtime Sports Bar, and I was screaming like a little girl. Absolutely screaming like a little girl. So yeah, it was a long time coming.
108 years worth of a long time coming.
I'm just glad I
wasn't in Wrigleyville when it happened.
I just wish, honestly, and after I got done screaming like a little girl, I honestly wished, I was like, man, I wish Harry Carey could have been here for this.
Me too. I wish him and Jack Brickhouse.
Yeah.
Because they would have lost it on the air.
Oh, absolutely.
they'd have lost it. Pat Hughes delivered the winning call, and I'll pay homage and have that because I had Pat Hughes on my program for a Mike to Mike segment some years ago. And I'll never forget, and this happens every year, whoever wins the World Series, jumping up and down like a bunch of 10-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
And so were the Cub fans jumping up and down like a bunch of 10-year-olds when they won it, because it was a long time coming, and they would get so close. They would get so close, and they wouldn't get over the hump, and they finally did. Speaking of getting over the hump, one more question. What do you think Kentucky would have? What is the area where you think Kentucky football will have to not just improve but excel to get over the hump in the SEC?
I'm thinking it's going to have to be the defense, because we had 4 starters to go to the NFL, which right now we're expecting the 2020 recruiting team. We look for them to step up and help out, but I think it's going to be our defense, because we've got Georgia, and Georgia's offense is just everything. I'm not downplaying our offense because we got Will Levis and everything, but I mean, Georgia's offense, that's just gonna be what we're gonna have to get over. Our defense, it took the biggest hit.
Losing 4 defensive players to the NFL, they are going to have to repair that. Next week when Stacey joins me, we'll go over this. We'll get back into football talk and go over the schedule. We'll look at every single game on this schedule, including the ones in the SEC, and we're going to give our thoughts on it. Stacey Purcell with Big Blue Happenings joining me, as she does every Wednesday here on the program. Thank you, my dear, so much. I will make sure I get this episode to you and start the list on the Snowman in the Morning YouTube page. In fact, that'll be my project for today. And just thank you, and tell Kevin I said thank you also for helping to push this. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, and I'm gonna get back to listen to DMX. So y'all have a great day.
You can't fault DMX. You can't fault her for listening to DMX.
That's a great. That sounds like a great day in my book.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all read this? Did y'all read this?
I had to laugh.
Stop the cap, Rod, because Tom Chambers is better than LBJ. I said it, and the person I said before Tom Chambers was LBJ before LBJ was cool, and that's Jack Sigma. Only difference is Jack Sigma had a doggone jump shot. Find the lie.
Okay, Wise. Why do you have such an aversion toward anything LeBron James?
Don't ask him that question,
centric.
because there'll be some uncensored words coming out.
I don't have a problem with LeBron's sexual. It's just like, it's not back to basketball season. Why do I have to hear about him?
That's why I created Bronze Sexual Confessions, because it's like, I hear enough about this guy from October to June.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I have to hear about him in July, August, and September too? So my original.
I celebrated seriously. I celebrated when he missed the playoffs in 2019. I celebrated. I was like,
I celebrated when he missed the playoffs
without LeBron. Oh my god!
And I celebrated this past season when they missed the playoffs.
How about he misses the playoffs this year, and they talk about him during Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals
again, like they did? Yeah,
the pregame.
Come on,
they set aside a segment in the pregame to talk about him, and I'm saying to myself, this is going too far, and that's why I originally created. They set aside a segment.
They set aside a segment to talk about him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they set aside a segment to talk about him during what is supposed to be a focus on the teams playing in the Eastern Conference Finals. Game 7
is not even in anymore.
And with that segment, my response is simple. there.
So my original intent when I created the Bronze Section Confessions was to never mention his name at any other juncture during the entire week, except for the 15 minutes I was going to talk about LeBron and his fan base. However, it just is so much
Bronzexuals
stuff
caught
that
on.
comes up, and it's ridiculous.
Bronzexuals caught on.
You know, these are the things I think about while I was at work last night. You know, I was thinking back to what LeBron said on the shop, where he was complaining about.
Had to say what did he say on the shop?
Where he was complaining about Boston, where he's complaining about Boston fans, and he was complaining about them saying "F LeBron." That's what he was mad when they asked him what makes you most mad. Oh, they had shirts that said "F LeBron."
There was a guy. Whoa. There was a guy that was in that same arena that wore a shirt that says LeBron's going south while Delonte's going. I mean, while his mama going west. But you didn't object to that.
But here's the extra kicker. Here's the extra kicker. LeBron was so upset with Boston fans that they were chanting F LeBron, that they made shirts about it. You know, he even said the comment like, I bet they sell them at the team shop or whatever his comment was, right?
Yes, they do, and they should.
This is what he said. He said said the F word is what bothered him. Yet when he was asked, why do you hate Boston so much? They're racist as F. You use the word, you moron. If you're gonna get upset, you can't use it yourself.
That's one of the things, Rod. That's one of the things. That's one of the reasons why I don't really have a over the top likeness for him, because LeBron James can be rather hypocritical, as Deets just pointed out.
I got an announcement to make. We have a weekly guest Mondays at 8:35 a.m. and it's none other than Ryan McCorfey. He'll join us every Monday at the bottom of hour one. Salute indeed. Just confirmed that. Just got it scheduled. D Scott joining us in the chat. Salute to you. Salute to the Eagles Elite Podcast, Mr. Cool McCain. Gotta get him back on the
What up, Cool?
And yes, you'll be sitting alongside me in Revelations one of these days too, Cool.
Yeah, I know Cole's already got a bunch of episodes in the can.
That's a great one.
I gotta listen. There you go. There you go.
LeBron is hypocritical.
AF. Yes, he is. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes, he is.
That's an understatement.
It's
an absolute understatement.
In one instance, when a Hawks fan gets kicked out, he's like, I really like that type of energy between fan and player, and I miss that.
This is
then the very next year he goes to Indianapolis and he kicks out a fan. And I'm like, which one is it? You like the interaction between the road fans and you, or you don't like it?
Indianapolis, anyone? Indianapolis, Indiana, anyone?
See, it's that is what frustrates me about him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what frustrates me about the fan base is that they will simply sop up everything he does.
That's an understatement.
And without fail, they'll eat everything that he says and does, hook, line, and sinker. And I'm like, this is a doggone cult.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I have no problem with somebody that can explain why they like LeBron. Like that's fine. Why you like him?
I have no problem with that. But
you don't. But my problem with the fan base, is every time they're in a discussion, the only thing they do is put down whoever else they're talking about. It's never. Oh, LeBron did this, and this well. It's this guy didn't do X, Y, and Z, and it's like,
or this guy doesn't measure up to LeBron in this instance. And we'll use instances such as, well, Jordan pushed off on Byron Russell before he got his shot off in Game 6 of the 1998 NBA Finals, but I guess that isn't offensive foul. Well, no, it's not, because the refs didn't call it.
Mm-hmm.
Just like
can I get a witness?
Just like the refs didn't call LeBron walking 6 steps before he took the shot.
7, but who's counting?
And yes, that is not an exaggeration. There is a play where he took 7 steps before he took a shot without a dribble, and the refs did not whistle him for a foul, or whistle him for traveling.
No, and they never will either.
In fact,
I think the ref. I think the referee's
in fact, another instance, the ball rolls about maybe a third away from baseline. He picks it up. He walks across midcourt into the other side of the court. Does not take a dribble. This is in Utah, actually. Does not take a dribble, and traveling was not called.
Nor double dribble. Because remember, he stopped his dribble when he took 4 steps across midcourt and began his dribble again.
Yeah. Obvious.
And that's not called a bad and that's not a bad basketball play.
So yeah,
really.
So I will fire back. So I guess that's not double dribble. That's not double dribble and trap. Never mind. That's the ridiculousness that we have to deal with when it comes to bronze sexuals. Is they'll overlook that crap, but anything else, if there's a slight infraction, like if there's a booger on somebody's nose, that means that he sucks versus the perfect king. That is what I find frustrating.
Speaking of kings, June 14th, 1998, Jim Durham.
All right, it's win or lose. Game 6 for the Bulls. 10 seconds. And with it, of course, the championship. Jordan, 20-footer, head of the key. Good! Chicago by 1. And the Utah Jazz take time. Michael Jordan from the top of the key to put the Bulls up 87-86. All right, Brian Russell will make the inbounds pass. Kukoc will defend him. Russell comes in to Stockton. Stockton 4 seconds. Stockton a 3 up out front. Trimming. No. Ball tipped away. Chicago is world champions once more. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship in the last 8 years.
And because the teams only combined to score 175 points, that apparently is a bad era of basketball. Meanwhile, you can have teams run up and down the court to score over 250, and you find that to be entertaining.
I mean, it was the same kind of love. It was the same kind of thing though back in those days. Because I remember watching that game, and you know, I wasn't a Bull. I'm not a Bulls fan. Never have been.
Same.
But I'm watching that game, and I'm like, he definitely pushed him. And you get all the people who are like, he didn't push him. He didn't push him. I'm like, look at Brian Russell. Brian Russell's reaction to it is, what? Why is there no foul? And his reaction tells you he got pushed.
But and I am objective. Yes, Jordan did push.
He did push.
Question.
He
did
push.
Not even a question.
I may be an MJ fan, but I'm also objective. Okay, let's call it down. Let's call it down. He did push.
But what I love about Jordan, I said, all right, he gave as good as he received too, because of the previous series. Reggie Miller put 2 hands on Jordan's chest and shoved him out the way. Jordan didn't complain once.
Nope.
Didn't complain at all.
Yeah.
Did not.
I just loved the defense. Oh, he definitely didn't push him. And I'm like, look at Brian Russell's reaction tells you he got pushed.
Yeah, he got shoved. It's not a question.
He did. Ryan McCarthy, thank you, gentlemen. Looking forward to being a part on Manic Monday. We're looking forward to having you, Ryan.
Thank you, sir, for wanting to be a part of this show, man.
We are looking forward to it, because after I had him on last Wednesday,
oh, that was awesome.
I said, you know what, this has got to work. I gotta find a way to make this work. While we get ready to wrap up here this morning, while I was in the midst of trying to sleep and trying to wake up at the same time, I got hooked on the Canadian Football League, as I admitted earlier this summer.
Right.
And I found the CFL's equivalent to Jerry Rice. His name is Milt Stegall.
CFL's equivalent to Jerry Rice? Wow, okay.
Played 14 years with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, and this is one of the points where I need Ryan. Played 14 years with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, and one of the clips I saw, he had 4 catches for 234 yards and 4 touchdowns. The equivalent to what Randy Moss did to the Cowboys on Thanksgiving Day in 1998. 3 catches, 3 touchdowns, 163 yards, I think. Yeah, 163 yards.
Jesus.
But what got me about Milt Stegall, 2006, they were playing the Edmonton Eskimos, and they were known as the Eskimos at the time. And Rod Peterson will be proud of me because we're talking CFL football. Some certain people, Cole and I talk about a lot, would say, "What the hell are you talking about? You're not talking about anything." Yeah, listen carefully. Last play of the game, Milt Stegall, they were at their own 10-yard line. 4 seconds left, and the quarterback finds him, and a missed tackle turns into a 100-yard touchdown. Made the announcers go nuts. I saw that and I went, that happened on the last play of the game? What? So I found the CFL's equivalent to Jerry Rice. The second equivalent is a fellow who played for the for the BC Lions by the name of G. Roy Simon. But G. Roy Simon can never measure up to Milt Stegall, even though Simon and Stegall are the two greatest receivers that played in the CFL.
Snowman, I'll give you some homework. Look up Raheem Ismail.
Oh, the Rocket? Already familiar with him.
But look up his Canadian football. His Canadian football play is amazing. He was Devin Hester before Devin Hester.
Okay, Chris, what do you have on your shoulder? What do you have on your shoulder there? What the hell is that? Is that a lightsaber?
That's part of Friday.
Oh, it's part of Friday?
You'll find out.
I thought you was pulling Jalen Rose for a second there.
Oh God, no. Don't do that.
With the baseball bat? This may turn into that, but you'll find out.
Thank you, brother.
You'll find out when my special guest arrives on Friday.
Thanks for joining Playmaker, and Playmaker will join us on Tuesday morning of next week with his next list.
Nice.
So we're getting we're getting it all together. Okay, I have now, courtesy of TSN in Canada, the final play of the Eskimos at the Bombers at the Eskimos. The year was 2006. Where is it? Here it is. You're stuck at the 10-yard line. Of course, CFL field is longer and wider because they got to cover 110 yards and not just 100 yards. Stuck at your own 10-yard line, 4 seconds left. You would think there's no miracle that would happen. But then this happened.
One last shot, barring a penalty for Kevin Glenn. Downfield for Stegall. He's got it. Oh, no! Milt Stegall! Are you kidding? This is unbelievable. Touchdown Bombers. The most remarkable touchdown of Milt Stegall's career. 100 yards on the final play. And it's
100 yards on the final play of the game. Wow. Well, you named some other CFL legends. Warren Moon, Doug Flutie, Rocket Ismail. All CFL legends. Ryan McCarthy, Chris Cuthbert was on the call for the game. He's one of my favorite Canadian play-by-play announcers. He's becoming one of mine, too. Was it Ryan? Was it Cuthbert who delivered the play-by-play of that one? Was that his voice? Let me rewind this. Was that his voice? I want to learn the CFL. I want to learn the CFL announcing crew, just like I learn every year the NFL announcing crew.
downfield for Stegall. He's got it. Oh, no! Milt Stegall! Are you kidding? This is unbelievable. Touchdown Bombers. The most remarkable touchdown of Milt Stegall's career. 100 yards.
What are the Eskimos thinking? They had a chance to tackle him near midfield, end the game, and they're not even close to tackling him.
They must have studied the Saints secondary when they let Stephon Diggs beat him.
Wow. Okay, you just gave me another one. Again, courtesy of TSN. And where is it? There it is. See, why'd you say that to me, Cole? Knowing how my brain works, but you're correct.
Mm-hmm.
You're correct. You're absolutely correct. Now I'm going to honor one of my favorite play-by-play guys, which is the great Paul Allen, the longtime voice of the Minnesota Vikings. Everybody in this panel remembers the Minneapolis Miracle against the New Orleans Saints at US Bank Stadium. I nearly said the Metrodome. So, Paul Allen, take it away.
Right, Thielen left. Marshawn Lattimore, 12 yards from Adam. Case on a deep drop, steps up in the pocket. He'll fire to the right side, caught by Diggs. Stay up! Oh, he got loose! Oh, my God! 30! No way! Touchdown! Are you kidding me? It's a Minneapolis miracle! Stephon Diggs and the Minnesota Vikings have walked up on the New Orleans Saints. It's a 61-yard Minneapolis miracle. I can't believe what I just saw, Paul Allen. What an unbelievable play.
What the hell were the Saints doing? Somebody answer that for me. What the hell were the Saints doing on that play? Being stupid?
Not
Okay,
tackling. Tackling each other. The two guys that tackled each other.
Just like with Milt Stegall.
The guy that went for the knockout blow, he was getting like death threats.
Yeah.
After the
game.
I
remember that. I remember that. Ryan McCarthy. Yes, he was on the call. Cuthbert's voice is unmistakable. However, he's no longer with TSN. He's always with Rogers Sportsnet now. Okay. See, what I like about Canadian sports, there's one of two networks to choose from. Two. Over here in America, there's like what? 4? 5?
Well, at least 4 with major sports. Yeah.
4 with major sports. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. There are so many things. Here, let me bring this back. Let me bring Chris Cuthbert back. I played the Stephon Diggs one. Then there's this one. TSN courtesy Chris Cuthbert on the play-by-play call.
Shot. Barring a penalty for Kevin Glenn. Downfield for Stiegel. He's got it. Oh, no! Stiegel! Are you kidding? This is unbelievable. Touchdown Bombers.
You're playing defense. You got a chance to stop a receiver before they break loose, and no one touched him. Nobody touched him.
The only other play that I can think of, 2012 AFC divisional round, Ravens versus Broncos. It was inexcusable to have Jacoby Jones? Jacoby Jones beat the deepest man of the Broncos. I forgot the name.
And there was
it was 80-yard heave. And he was not
Joe
touched.
Flacco.
From Flacco. And he was not touched. They rushed 3 and dropped 8.
And they still got beat.
It still got beat for an 80-yard touchdown pass.
What about the first overtime playoff game where Tim Tebow threw a 5-yard slant that ended up being an 80-yard touchdown?
80-yard touchdown.
And the Steelers still trying to tackle the late great Demaryius Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Tim Tebow. You knew he couldn't throw the ball more than 5 yards.
It was Tim freaking Tebow.
And he completes the greatest pass in his NFL career.
Who couldn't throw the ball more than 5 yards. It was Tim freaking Tebow.
Mm-hmm.
And that happened. How?
The other play that comes to mind, which is just one of the most fantastic plays, is Larry Fitzgerald. in overtime
against Green Bay.
Yeah, first play of the game. Boom. First play of overtime. Boom. Gone. Touchdown.
That run after the catch, that's one of the best yards after the catch runs I've ever seen. Was that play?
All right, folks. Cole opened his mouth. I'm going to honor him.
Great speed, but that's not going to get it done.
Flacco stepping up and throwing deep down the far sideline. Caught into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacoby Jones. How does that happen in the Denver secondary?
That's right, Greg Humble. I'm asking the same question.
That is stunning.
10 years later.
With a 3-man rush and dropping 8 guys into coverage, that the Denver Broncos could misplay this to this point. Only a 3-man rush. Flacco steps up and unloads a deep
8 in coverage, and they got beat.
Thank you, Greg Gumbel. I'm asking that question almost 10 years later.
Greg Gumbel and Dan Deerdorf on the call. Let's see that
speed, but that's not going to get it done.
Flacco stepping up and throwing deep down the far sideline. Caught into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacoby Jones.
I was on the road when that happened.
Now, credit.
And I'm just sitting there going, huh?
Now, credit Flacco and Jones with the execution.
Mm-hmm.
But this is strictly on the Broncos side. You drop 8, you the deepest man, and you allow the wide receiver to get 5 yards behind you? How do you allow that to happen?
Mm-hmm.
Who was doing that game with Gumbel? Was that Trent Green?
No, it was Deerdorf. It was
Deerdorf. Because Deerdorf just goes, how does that happen?
And he's right. That should never happen.
He's Charles boy Charles Faulkner was out of his seat. Yeah, he was. The mistake the cornerback made was jumping for the ball rather than staying with him. Yep. Because Flacco put
allowing
enough
him
on
to
it.
get behind him. And I'm like, how do you do that?
Hey, what's today's date?
July 27th.
July 27th. You're never gonna guess what just came across my screen on Sports Illustrated.
Do we want to know?
Inside the Bronny James show.
Okay. And that concludes Some Man in the Morning with Cole Johnson. Lord.
I mean,
Jesus.
This is what I'm talking about.
Exactly. This is what we're saying, dude.
We're still talking about this guy.
Man.
It's starting with the Sun now. This is Sports Illustrated, the ones that started all this.
Oh, good.
I can't believe I was just looking at my screen. I was like, why is this even news? It's not even news.
So, Mr. Wise El Jefe, while perusing social media, that crap finds us.
Mm-hmm. It finds us, man. We don't try to find it. It finds us.
We shouldn't talk much about basketball.
No, we shouldn't.
Yet just about every day, you either hear a bronsexual talk about LeBron, or you get stories like what Dietz just said leak out on whatever major platform is out there.
Okay, back to football. When we're talking about defensive backs not tackling, let's go back to 1989. January 1990 at Candlestick Park.
Drives of the 1989 season for the Minnesota Vikings. They go from their own 8, get a field goal. They chew up more than 7 minutes on the clock and take an early lead of 3-0. Here's Carlos to kick off. Short right side, Spencer. He breaks the tackle, gets it out to the 28.
Vern Lundquist and Terry Bradshaw on the call. This is courtesy of CBS and the NFL, the 49ers and the Vikings.
The former Raider who was picked up in the middle of the season. Went over to the sideline. Looks like Terry, he's got a back spasm.
Yeah, I get back spasms. That's one of the exercises I do right there. You lay down and you flex.
Matt Millen's thinking right there. I don't know, draft 3 receivers.
They're painful, and if you get a back spasm like that, just ties up your
I need to ruin a franchise.
They got as far as the Minnesota 8 before Craig fumbled. Ray Berry recovered. Blitz. Montana, 5-step drop. Over the middle, caught. Watch out. The race is on.
There he goes.
One man to beat.
That man just made that position look close.
I mean, the 4-yard pass.
The master of the yacht. Mr. Jerry
Hey, man,
Rice.
John Taylor.
This is the thing. People always say about Jerry Rice is, he wasn't the fastest. Did you see him pull away there?
Yeah.
Did you see him pull away from everybody?
Yeah.
I mean,
he didn't have to be the fastest. Yeah.
What was his nickname? What was his nickname in his early years? Flash.
He didn't have to be the fastest, but he had enough speed to run away from people.
To run away from people. He sure did.
He may not have had strength, but he had enough to shrug off people.
Mm-hmm.
He may not have had the best hands, but correct me if I'm wrong, gentlemen. No one has caught more balls and has gone for more yards than Jerry Rice.
Than Jerry freaking Rice. And of course, we got to end with this. Go back to CBS. And we go back to 1988.
And give those guys a little extra weight. Roger Craig still on his feet, still running. What a run by Roger Craig. You'll never see a better one than that. From 46 yards. That's going to be a lot of highlights for a long time. What an effort by Roger Craig.
John Robinson was just saying yesterday he thinks right now Roger Craig is the best running back in the league. I can see why. You know, he has that thing of getting those knees high and keeping the shoulders low. And he makes every team look like they're bad tacklers.
Look at that kick out
The way
block.
he gets that high knee action, keeps those
High
feet
stepping,
going
baby.
like two
He high
pistons.
stepped
Then,
something off.
At the same time that the knees are going high and keeping going, the shoulder can get low.
Oh, and look who gets a block in there.
Yep, Mr. Rice.
Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice with a block.
To help spring him loose.
Help spring, yep. And he
All right.
did it often.
We got to get out of here. For everybody here, for Wise, for Dietz, and for that man we call Cole Sports, I'm the Snowman saying, have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, and gentlemen, you know this, if your dreams don't scare you,
then they are not big enough.
We invite y'all to dream big and do bigger. We're out of here. See you tomorrow.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson, the hottest of hot takes and the coldest of cold, hard facts.